Okay.
Well, now it all comes into view.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sick of this fucking snow.
Yeah, what's it like down there? What kind
Fucking
of
snow.
snow?
There's a bunch of fucking snow all over the place.
Like how much snow?
On whatever day the VOM was when it started, that one yielded like 2 or 3 inches, and then there's like 2 or 3 more today.
Yeah, we got 7 or 8 today.
Okay, size doesn't matter. God.
Luckily, well, the
Yes, it does.
as said by a guy with short snowfall.
I have to drive to fucking West Virginia tomorrow,
Dang,
like into the mountains.
That's a bad idea.
I know. I've been corresponding with the guy at the venue, and he's keeping me apprised.
Like by carrier pigeon.
Yeah. Well, the internet's out. They don't have it there yet. Yeah, they're still living in the 1860s. Heyo, they weren't in the Confederacy. I can't stress that enough. But I've never seen more Confederate flags than when I drove through Wardensville, West Virginia. Never ever.
Isn't that a funny? Maybe they're just all really big Dukes of Hazzard fans.
I mean, one can dream.
Yeah. So I watched Blue Beetle.
How did you like it? I
was
found
alright.
it quite charming.
It was very charming.
And I really like the lead kid. He's in Cobra Kai. He's the main kid in Cobra Kai.
Oh,
So
I thought he
he's
looked
like
familiar.
so those fight scenes, a lot of that's probably him because he's got like the Cobra Kai I love. I think it's a show mainly aimed for people half my age.
Almost entirely. Yes.
Yeah, but it's great. It's got the trope of 20-something-year-olds playing high school kids, which I always love.
Great. Always love that.
But they look, young enough. They don't look like it's
Young
not
enough.
like Dawson's Creek shit or like, Party of Five shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
I loved the first. Was it the first 2 seasons? The one, whichever season ended with the gigantic
the school fight.
Yeah.
That's season 2 where Miguel gets fucked up. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's
That
great.
was like-
it's I think it's pretty consistently good. I think that the and they add elements from like now I hear Hilary Swank's coming back or coming on to the show, which but then like are they gonna pay her? This is their final season, so like if she's gonna show up, they're
gonna go all in. Now is the time.
Yeah. But the choreography in that show, as you saw from the fight scene in the school, and then there's one in the 3rd season that's a similar sort of vibe. There's always either a tournament or just a brawl. Speaking of brawls,
they need to have a brawl. I just fucking Letterkenny when he just goes.
Yep. I love
when
he walks into a room and he'll just
stomp.
walk on screen and just
he's just posting up. He's just posting up.
Just a big
There's
gorilla of a man.
He is. He's absolutely, and it's weird because if you look at pictures of that guy who's either the creator or the co-creator of the show.
Yeah, he's the creator. Yeah.
If you look at pictures
he
of
writes
him,
like every episode. It's crazy.
he's not squinty at all. So
No, he's a normal person.
So he had to do that for
10,
Yeah.
12 seasons.
Yeah.
And that, but like so.
Fuck you, Jonesy.
I don't know if you've
Yeah.
been able to glean that's also him doing the
Yeah.
Shorzy voice. So
Yeah.
when he's playing Shorzy, which you actually see his face, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
It's just him, just doing a normal face.
That's.
I mean, he's
great.
doing the Shorzy voice the whole time.
Ah, fuck you, Jonesy.
Go give your balls a tug.
Give your balls a tug. And I loved where like for a while they didn't give you a chance. Like everything was from the back. It was different guys playing Shorzy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And
because
then-
he'd be in scenes with Wayne. So yeah.
But then they had like one where he's like skating by.
Where he's doing-
By the
yeah.
way, if that's him,
That's him.
He's
It's
a
totally
fucking
him.
artist.
Yeah.
Like, oh
He's-
my god.
Well, I mean, fucking Canada. So
Yeah, fucking Canada. I know. But like when he had like the helmet on with the thing and he was like the full Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
But you can't hide that chin.
no, that's him. That's
Like,
totally him.
That guy's
Yeah,
got a
and-
chin and a half.
Yeah.
But there really is something oddly sweet about that show. Even how he like, I'm disappointed that the last guy who was trying to be the toughest guy in Letterkenny didn't end up in the crew too.
Oh yeah, which is a
Yeah.
very like anime sort of way things work. Where like in a lot of anime, specifically like Dragon Ball Z and those from that
Dragon
era.
Balls.
Yeah, all them Dragon Balls. Ooh, pointy.
All them Dragon Balls.
You know, the big villain for an arc would next season become friends with the group and then go fight the even bigger villain, and then
See, I'm a sucker for that. Like the way they do that, and also the way they have a character that 20 years ago would just be a racist piece of shit in Wayne.
oh
And
yeah.
they like
I mean,
but
they're rednecks, so like
Yeah,
you know they
but
would
they
have just
skirted.
made
Yeah, but they did such a good job of skirting that in just the like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about what they do. I
well
don't care.
you know
Yeah.
well you know
Yeah,
well
what's that? Huh?
you know
I liked
good and you
when, good. If
good.
it's- they did such a
How's
good
it find
job of. How are you, Wayne? How are you? How are you?
That's
Oh.
really good, McMurray. Holy shit!
I hadn't tried to do it before.
Oh,
How
wow.
are you, Wayne? How are you?
That's really good. How are you
All you
now?
gotta do is
I can't
you
do
just
it.
you just gotta go. Huh. It's a huh.
How are you now?
How are you? How are you now?
Good and you.
Oh, if you, it's so good. But the things that made me happier in that show than they should by any right is like when they're going to beat the shit out of the guy from the strip club, and they just all come running in slow motion.
boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who stepped out on her. And
Beige
just,
bag.
yeah, and then when he showed up again and he's dating the French girl. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what
I
else
forget
could
her
you-
name.
Yeah, but
what's her goddamn name?
Derry's ex.
Yeah, the one, the sports lady.
Yeah, and as somebody who on occasion definitely punched outside of their weight class
Yeah.
in their single days, like I have a lot of sympathy for Derry.
Yeah.
You know, just like it's like I can't believe she's here.
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of times where
There's a reason you're not meant to. There's a reason you're not meant to. Yeah.
Yes. Our profession is, while primarily theoretically an oral medium, it's like sound stuff. It pays literally to be photogenic, and a good-looking person, and
Yeah.
so you will run into occasionally a very, very attractive, and I'm talking man or woman,
Yeah.
or anything, just a very attractive individual, and it can sometimes be like, what's this? What is
jarring.
this? Ashton? Where's Ashton? Yeah, sometimes it feels like a joke, and then
Yeah,
like when you have chemistry with someone like that, that's
That's really
very
weird.
strange. Just like
I
act like you've been there before,
Yeah, it's a very baseball thing. You just gotta act like, don't make a big deal out of it,
No.
and
And then once you're walking away, then you can be like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy
and it
shit,
turns
holy
out 23-year-old me could not learn that lesson.
No, it took a while.
It do. But yeah,
It do.
that one, I felt for Derry.
Did you finish yet?
I haven't, but I'm real close. I think we're in season 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
Actually-
when Shorzy came out. But I'd say just finish Letterkenny and then
I
watch
haven't-
Shorzy. It's not
Yeah.
it's not like Gen V where there's going to be crossover between that. and-
Yeah, I'm looking. Hey, give your nuts a tug.
All right, go give your balls a tug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
Jonesy,
God.
could you tell your mom she left her phone at my house last night?
Some of those, that makes me laugh.
so
That's one of the
creative.
recurring ones that's the same joke every time.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. It's like, how many different ways can you make this joke? And it turns out an infinite
Yep.
amount of ways. And then he skates like a ballerina. Or,
It's really
just,
yeah, or a Canadian
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
I think you have to, otherwise they kick you out of the country.
Yeah. We'll
Or
have to
if
ask
you're
Corey.
like too brown.
Ooh, we'll have to ask Corey when he comes on.
Corey.
Corey.
Carey.
Carrie. I have an accent. According to the missus, I've been picking up more of a Canadian accent because of watching Letterkenny. Because I already had like a little bit of one from my obsession with you can't do that on television with a kid. So I didn't end up with the Mid-Atlantic accent. I ended up with whatever this is.
I see.
But yeah,
tell.
but oh yeah, well, oh yeah, but yeah, I fall into it way too easily. I don't expect you to see it. I expect you. To
I
see
don't
it.
see color in accents. Or I don't see regions.
Remember I told you there were two things, and we already talked off air about the one thing.
Yeah.
So
Your
you'll have
real
to.
feelings about 9/11. Pro. Spoiler alert.
I
He's
mean,
pro.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of skyscrapers, but I wouldn't go that far.
Look, I'm not saying you had anything to do with it.
But
I'm
without
the
9/11,
skyline looks better. Okay, I'm
we
gonna stop.
wouldn't have the works of Pete Davidson. Pretty sure.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Pretty sure that his the missus was saying, because she's from Staten Island as well, and
so she was in the serfdom of his kingdom. Because he's the
she
king of Staten Island. That's the movie.
she's pretty sure. Yes, I've seen it. I didn't mind it.
I didn't see it, and I don't.
It's good.
I won't.
It don't, but it's
Yeah.
okay. I did get Max. I wanted to watch the Little Richard doc today, and I didn't get a chance to. But I'm really
Little
looking
Richard.
forward to watching.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, I've heard great things.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
It was like doing a round of theater runs. I think we talked about it.
Oh no, you didn't say you saw it in the theater. That's great though. I know you saw it. You loved it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
incredible. And it was just like, okay. So I wonder how many stories like this there are of black guy does the whole thing. It was just him and Chuck Berry just creating rock and roll, basically. And then Elvis was like, hey there, baby mama. Can I have some of that rock and roll, baby?
Never got that guy. I'd rather listen
Yeah,
to Pat,
well,
I'd rather
you'll
listen to
you'll
Pat
see,
Boone.
and then like when you, man, it's so good. I don't want to. I mean, like
I'll
it's
watch
history,
it.
so you
I'll
can't
watch it.
spoil
We'll
it.
talk
but,
next
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I'll-
it's good shit.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
And it's get ready to cry.
I'm sure.
Do you know
I
like
will
how his life ended?
No, I don't. I know he
Okay.
passed, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean
I'm
like
looking forward to
how
watching it.
where he. You should just watch it. It's a great.
I will.
It's a great film.
Did you ever watch Hail Hail Rock and Roll, the Chuck Berry thing? It's good. It's good. It's a thing basically. Keith
Did they
Richards
talk about the
went-
hookers?
No, this is
I
before all that came
Fart
out.
on hookers? Oh, okay.
This movie, it's much worse than that. But no, this movie is from before all that stuff came out. And the gist of it was Keith Richards and all those white guys who loved Chuck Berry were tired of seeing him tour shittily. Like, he'd get a house band from the area
Right.
and pay them, dick to play with him, and it would be bad. And as somebody who saw one of those shows, I can attest to that.
Oh, no
And
shit.
he's like, yeah, I saw him. One of the first shows I ever saw. Is it the Warner that's in D.C.?
There is the Warner Theater is in DC.
I
yeah.
saw him at the Warner Theater in D.C. with my dad when I was like 15.
I saw Buddy Guy there. I think
Nice. I bet your show was better than my show.
he was still one of the best guitarists around.
I'm sure.
Now this was like 10 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a strap. He signed it.
Nice.
I also have a pick that he threw at me.
Have I told you my Cheap Trick story? I love Cheap Trick. I don't know your feelings. I love them deeply.
What's their big one?
I Want You to Want Me. Surrender.
Okay.
Surrender is in one of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. That's how
It's
you
also
know it.
no. I know it from Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
In any case, I saw them at a friend of mine was working at the Fillmore in Silver Spring, and knew how much I loved them, and got us tickets, and they're the best live band I've ever seen, and this is 10, 12, whatever years ago, best live band I've ever seen.
Do they still
Every
have
song
all their
crushed.
original members?
All but the drummer. Drummer's still alive. They had a falling out with the drummer not too long before that, so I never got to see all four guys. But before that happened, it would have been all four guys. And I'm not the only person with this story of seeing Cheap Trick, regardless of your feelings about them, and then they just turn out to be the best live band ever. But I saw them there. Joylene and I were by far the youngest people there, except for the friends we brought with us, because everybody else was 20, 30 years older. They were same year ages the band. They crushed. Every song was amazing. Rick Nielsen, if you don't know, one of his things is throwing a million picks at people. So he's throwing picks into the crowd, and he throws one at my buddy Walt, and he gets hit in the chest with a pick. He leans down, he picks it up, and hands it to me. And in the Cheap Trick script, it says Chris over and over again.
What?
And I actually have that pick somewhere.
What?
And I've still never figured out how the fuck that happened.
What? That's
Yeah.
weird.
I know.
Huh.
Now Rick Nielsen is my spirit animal, and we have met once. I met him on my 30th birthday. They were doing an in-store. We were in New York City back when there was a record store there called Tower Records. And
Tower what?
yes, exactly.
What records?
Exactly.
I love Tower Records.
Yeah. So we're walking through, New York City, and I hear Cheap Trick, and I loved them as much, 21 years ago. And I walk in, and they're doing a fucking in-store. And if you buy their record, you get to meet them. And I bought their record, and I got to meet them. And it was weird, but it was cool. But that was the actual original four guys.
Huh.
But yeah.
And were they cool?
They were very cool. I got to thank Rick Nielsen for turning me on to The Move, which is a band that was kind of the proto Cheap Trick. We're getting deep in the music nerd weeds here. The Move is a wonderful band, but if you don't really know Cheap Trick, their first record is so wonderful and hooky and smart and dirty and great. It's just everything. The only problem with them existing is that the genre of power pop took parts of them, but everything sounds like it's written, all the lyrics sound like it's written by a lovesick adolescent, as opposed to Cheap Trick, which is smart and worldly and, everything that power pop isn't. But if it's not a genre you're familiar with, it's kind of hard to talk about.
I don't know. I'm sure I've heard it before, but I wouldn't know power pop from Adam.
Yeah, see, power pop, it's weird because, when I talk about, pop music, that's one of the things I'm talking about. But power pop, by and large, doesn't sell. It's like a step up from being in, a surf rock band. There's nobody there. Only the people who play it like it, And I don't fit in there. I'm just, poppier than the people I know. But, actual power pop people. But it's The Knack and Badfinger and very Beatles influenced stuff, Fountains of Wayne. That was the overground one that happened, and the Posies, and there's a million bands that had one kind of hit, they happen to hit for a second. They tend to be, my interactions tend to be super bitter because they think they're writing the hookiest stuff in the world and they can't figure out why it's not a hit. But
when you talk to people that play it, or what do you mean?
The people I've known, there was this is a before your time thing in Baltimore.
So what, 20 years ago?
Exactly. Actually a little bit more. The 90s. Mid to late 90s.
I was around back then.
Well,
slinging rock.
Maybe. Sure. Slinging.
I was just throwing rocks at people on the street. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a much longer conversation that isn't really worth having. But there's some music in there that I love.
Have you written a power pop song?
I've written a lot of power pop songs, yeah.
Play one, bitch.
I don't want to right now.
Okay.
But maybe I will in a little bit. But yeah, I don't write them.
I'll call you a bitch then instead.
That,
I
sure.
take it back.
Does it help?
I don't know.
Did enjoy the genre exercises they have on Letterkenny. I'm I don't know why this is happening, but I'm here for it. Their fucking Columbo episode about the money getting stolen from the church, from the bake sale.
This sounds familiar. I don't know. I mean, I started watching season 7 or something, and then I just watched
this just
every
happened
year.
in 10 or 11. Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's a year between viewings. 6
sure.
episodes. They're very short, which I like. Which I'm
They are
surprised.
short.
What do you have, a life or something you can't get through?
But very densely written.
It's great.
Yeah. That
Lots
one,
of runners.
And then there's a whole thing about chips where they have to pick their favorite potato chip.
Yeah,
and I'm I don't know why this is happening, but again.
Yeah, I love when they do a bottle episode where it's just them in a room doing a thing.
And they're getting real angry about chips.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, yeah,
It's great.
It's just so fucking. And I also enjoy the running thing that they did later of Wayne being okay talking to his people, but when he has to talk to other people, he gets really uncomfortable. Starts clearing his throat at weird times.
He's like, well,
I'm like, is he get? Yeah,
okay, so
Okay, so yeah, that. How are you now? How are you now?
good and you.
Oh, no. If you- and I love that National Women's Day. Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah.
That one was great. You don't remember it, do you?
It's a good show. No, that was relatively recently. That was like season 10 or something.
I was very entertained by that. I enjoyed that the women did their thing, and the guys did their thing, and the
Love me
women's
some
studies.
Tanis.
Yeah.
Yum, yum,
Oh
yum.
my God,
She's great.
Tanis. Yeah.
And she's popping up, and like they're I feel like somebody's realized that native like indigenous people in America watch TV too. So they've
so
started
she's getting
making
other work?
So they've started making shows. There's a show called Res Dogs, which is like
I've heard great things.
it's
about
incredible.
That.
It's really
I've heard great things.
Yeah.
Does Marin show up for a minute on that? I thought I heard something about him.
Yes.
He shows up. Yeah.
I think so.
He shows up. How are you now?
How are you now?
He showed up in the Melissa McCarthy movie Genie. It's a Peacock thing. It was like a.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. There it is.
Okay. That's why I've never heard of
He
it.
shows up as a doorman in that. Did you get the podcast I sent you where Jonah Ray Rodriguez is on the new WTF?
No.
It's I texted it to you.
But I don't do podcasts on my. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's too boring and monotonous to explain. But if I clicked on that link, I wouldn't be able to do anything with it.
Sure, I believe you. But the long and the short of it is the SAG thing happened, and he realized that he didn't like doing stand up. Like that's not why he was there. So he just stopped.
Oh.
He had been acting and working on
this past year.
In the last
a few months.
He did. Yeah, I think he did a little bit before that.
They
he
did
had,
a
some shows
Meltdown
booked.
reunion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That I would love to have seen.
Yeah. It was like at
'cause
the
I
end
love
of the
that
year or
show.
something.
Something like that. But by and large he doesn't. He stopped. He had some shows booked, and the amount of, to the best of my recollection, the amount of anxiety that it caused him was not worth everything else. So he actually he's a bartender now who also works on movies and stuff.
What the fuck? I know he just he was involved. Maybe he produced a movie, or
He's in a
wrote
movie
a movie
with
called
Alex Winter.
Destroy
Yeah.
All Neighbors. Yeah,
That's the one they talk about. That's with Alex Winter. No, he does that. He does sketch stuff.
right.
But he's just didn't like the stand, and I can understand that.
It seems horrible and
seems-
horrifying. It's
Yeah.
it's terrifying because we have our instruments to hide behind. So
Yeah, that's why I had somebody ask me. It's I had somebody ask me because they thought I was funny. It's have you ever thought
I've
about
had
doing
it-
stand up?
I've had it asked a bunch.
And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've thought
no.
about it.
Yeah,
I've
and
thought about it, and
yeah.
I've decided that this is
we
much
vote
better.
against.
This
We
is
vote
better-
against.
Right, I reject your premise.
Yes.
It's better for everyone if that
All
doesn't happen.
involved.
Because
And-
I don't want to go full Greg Proops or Pete Holmes and get mad at the audience for not laughing. Although when Pete Holmes does it, it's charming. When Greg Proops does it, I find it petulant and childish.
You've got a Proops problem.
Yeah, I've explained it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. I think
yeah.
he's good at what he does. It's just he expects the room to adapt to him instead of adapting to the room.
I really enjoyed a good long run of the Smartest Man podcast.
Me too. It was one of my favorite podcasts. Day and date, download and listen.
How about the stuff that he did with his wife?
No.
Did you listen to any of those?
Yes, I did. I did not like them as much.
Oh, I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked him.
But that was around the time when I just started, when it wasn't up there for me. His.
And that's
his
fair.
podcast.
I find that Holmes gets a little preachy.
I find that Proops gets a little preachy.
See?
Yeah.
Takes all kinds. No, but I had that comedy conversation with somebody, and I'm like, no, I'd rather be a funny musician. Because if the
Absolutely, because then it's a surprise when you're funny.
Yeah.
And
if
it
the
doesn't have to
joke
be the whole
bombs,
time.
yeah. And if the joke bombs, play
just
another
play a
song.
fucking song. And then they There's built-in clapping also.
Yeah, they
with
have to.
stand-up, you have to earn the clapping, and I don't think
and the
I could do
noise that
that.
everyone makes at a regular open mic when the host has to go, and now we have some comedy, and the whole room just goes, oh.
It's time to go to the bathroom. That's all.
Yeah,
That just means you get a
an
bathroom
open
break.
mic,
Yeah.
I will say there was a thing, like there was a brewery in town doing like, yeah, we're gonna have a comedy showcase, and if you want to do it, it's like you do 10 minutes and you get $50 and you get X amount of drinks. And I was like, do I have 10 minutes of funny things to say? No, and that was it.
No. I've written a couple jokes.
Yeah, same. I
but,
write
like-
one about every 15 years.
Yeah, that's me too. I'd much rather and am write like a script and then like put you. Oh, fuck yeah! What are we drinking?
Oh, it's just seltzer.
Oh, okay. Hard seltzer. Ah, you'll break your teeth. It's too hard. Ow, ow, ow.
No, it's just I had one. I had a. Now the seltzers are okay. I don't understand how fucking weird people get when they find out somebody else drinks an alcoholic beverage that they don't approve of. Like fucking like if somebody's having a White Claw and they lose their fucking minds. You know,
That sounds like a bit from Letterkenny.
yeah, but figure it out. Why don't you figure it out? Why don't you get your finger out of your ass? Yeah, like I said, it's a little too easy for me to do the accent.
Oh, Rebecca's watching. Hi, Rebecca. Hi. She's in the hospital.
Oh no.
Back stuff.
Did we
Hey,
put her
get
in
out
the
of there.
hospital?
What?
Did we do it?
I don't think you did it.
But it could have been you.
I'm not ruling me out. No. So
I have a
sorry,
really
sorry,
yeah.
Rebecca.
I have a really fucked up back too, Rebecca.
Yeah, me too. So,
Do you?
Yeah.
Just lucky, or did you get injured at some
I
point?
I used to play football. As I've told you.
Still hard to picture.
She says this.
Oh. Hide behind the instruments as much as you can.
Yeah.
Multiple if possible.
I played football and I got a back injury. I had to go to physical therapy stuff, and
And
it has been confirmed.
It's all Jules' fault. Everything. Agreed.
Just
Yeah.
that could be a segment on the show.
Yeah. I got the Rebecca, I got the osteoarthritis, which makes mornings real interesting. So you have my sympathies and empathies. Yeah, that. Oh no, you didn't. Yeah, because were you at one point like bigger than other kids? Because it seems like
Fuck no. I was
Okay.
younger than everybody, and I was
So
like, I grew at a normal rate, which means
so you're my size, which
Yeah.
is not tall.
yeah,
you
but like
know.
everybody was my size back then
Okay.
because this was the 50s and everybody was smaller. No, I mean this was
Didn't
like
have multivitamins yet. They
this was
boiled all
in
the
middle
food.
school and shit. So like, so kids were just starting to like hit like developmental
Hit hard,
growth
yeah.
spurts, not like just like height growth
Gotcha.
spurts, but like their bodies. You could tell who had an athletic body and who didn't, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I bet you'd tell.
But like there were a lot of kids on the team that like had like veiny musculature and definition in their arms, and I'm like, but mine are just smooth.
Yeah, so
Am I
smooth.
okay? But I was a defensive lineman. That
Oh,
tells you how
Jesus!
big everybody was because I was able to be a defensive lineman, and I was Chris smaller than I am now. Yeah, I had a couple sacks.
I bet. I bet you tore them.
I had one removed. I just have the one now.
They just tore it off. I am so sorry to hear that, because that's awful.
What?
Ugh.
The sack?
Just getting injured in football.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's fine.
I got lucky today because I went out to shovel.
Lucky.
Well, no, I got lucky in that it wasn't like the heavy wet snow, because I'd probably still be out there broken in half. But it was
yeah.
like really light powdery snow, so I'm like, yay, I have superpowers.
What is your shovel regiment? Do you do the thing where you go out every couple hours, or do you do the thing where you just wait till it's all fucking done and then you go out there and shovel?
it depends on it. It is a snowfall dependent situation. If we're only getting a few inches of snow, I wait for it to end and I go do it. Or if it's going every couple of days or every day like it did during the week, I shovel once and salt it, and that'll cut out some of the next bit of snowfall.
Yep.
But like on this one, I was in too much pain, so I had to wait until things were better, and I went out to shovel in the evening because both kids had been home sick. The younger one was throwing up at a prodigious rate, so nobody was up to helping me with the snow. The younger one did go out, and before he got sick, shoveled the entire driveway on his own.
Oh my!
And it's a decent sized driveway.
You've shown me pictures. Yes.
Yeah. So he's like, I said, I'll give you $5 if you go shovel. He's like, how about 7? I'm like, okay.
Wow.
He's like,
not even 10. That was a very smooth negotiation.
And he,
okay.
but then after in a little later, he went, how about 9? I said, how about 7? Okay. But then he went out for like an hour and shoveled.
Oh my
came
God.
back in, warmed up, and went out longer. And when he came back, I gave him $15. I'm like, you're like, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, like he killed that.
Value for labor.
Pretty much.
That's a better hourly wage than servers get paid.
Servers get paid nothing. That's the biggest.
I've seen their checks.
I've waited tables.
Yeah.
I can't believe I tip well. I always tip well.
Yeah.
But I can't believe that they meaning the owners, manage to work
Get
that
away
in.
with that?
So it's just
It's
understood.
insane. There should be a law or something about that. Like a labor law or something. Like a minimum amount that you have to pay someone. Is there a name for that? You know what? Never mind.
A wage of minimumness.
Nah, let's stop.
No,
let's just
no.
stop. This is a
seems
dead.
so
It's dead in the
unlikely.
water. Yeah.
So dead in the water. I waited tables.
Chris,
and that,
you farted.
It sucks. It sucks because you have to. Yeah, that was me farting. Because you don't actually get paid. It's just whatever the person you bring the food to happens to want to give you, and you have to put your faith that you didn't fuck things up and that they understand that you're not getting paid otherwise. And then you have to tip out a bunch of other people over the course of the night.
I mean, it's wild
Sucks.
that, like, so you're made to be solely dependent, essentially, on the generosity of others. But then, even if you do like a fucking bang up job and you get like $100 tip, a lot of places that goes in the pool and then you split it.
Well, my experience hasn't been in the pool and split it, but my experience has been you get your tips and then you're expected to tip out, like, the bar backs or the bartenders and the bus boys, which is understandable because they're not really making any money either.
I mean, they're making minimum wage.
But also,
But
But I was having a conversation with somebody about it, and it came, the still tip your waitress comes around to mean if you don't like a systemic problem, you can't take it out on the poor bastard in front of you.
Right. You can't just like throw a tantrum and be like,
Yeah.
I don't wanna. This isn't right. Like me with capitalism. I rail against it. I still have to find a way to make money because I exist in this.
You love it so hard.
Oh, it's my
Can't admit it.
favorite. Yum 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 yum.
It's like-
spank me, capitalism, daddy. Ooh,
It's so hate porn for you. It's so.
I mean,
Oh, I know.
look, man. I deal with a lot of. I come
you
into
do.
contact with a lot of
Yeah, you
things
do.
that I hate now. Things that I really fucking hate, and I have.
It's good to see you too, baby.
That's funny. You're funny. Oh my God.
I am funny. It
You should
helps.
do stand up.
Not that funny. I had a weird realization about the whole comedy thing. You know how people are like, yeah, your friends are funny, but, getting on stage.
Speaking of stand up, can I just say, I
Yes.
I think a lot of these stand-ups are so brave for pointing out that you can't say anything anymore.
Over
I
and
think
over
they're
again,
really
and that they're
brave
being
to
canceled,
into a microphone in front of a sold-out room,
Thank you
being
for listening
filmed
to my
and put on
canceled
a streamer.
the comedy tour.
Yeah,
and canceled
exactly.
the podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So who's
I
ready
love,
to get offended? Fuck you.
Oh
Just-
God, I love
just
these whiny little babies. They're just little babies. Little babies. Remember when? Never mind. We've done
Let's
it.
not
We've
do
talked
this.
about it.
We've
talked
done it.
about. You know, let's.
And
good
we're
night.
gonna get
Good night,
canceled for
good
it.
night, everybody. More like cancer culture.
It's okay. You have your dust pass. I
That's
call that.
not even related to that.
I know.
Dusty Pass. That's a good name.
Oh, that would be a really good like country western singer.
Yeah,
you
it's
could
great.
Just come on. You could just come on with like a big hat.
Yeah.
Once into a generation, a black country singer is born.
Who is it now? Are we still on Hootie? He's still alive, so does he?
Darius
when
Rucker?
Darius Rucker dies, does like someone else take up? Is it like the Dalai Lama?
It's Highlander. There can be only one, y'all. Hey, y'all, there can be only one. And don't get me wrong, Charlie Pride was really good. He had a great voice.
My grandmother has been trying to get me to cover some of his stuff. I do love country stuff.
See, I think you should cover some Loretta Lynn. Don't
okay.
Come Home a Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind, and one of the true classics, Fist City.
Is
where
that
she's-
that could
no,
be a porn?
Not
Okay.
exactly. It's a little different. It's just basically telling a woman to leave her man alone, or she's gonna kick the shit out of him.
Oh, like Jolene, but more proactive. Yeah.
It's not begging; it's warning.
Yeah.
It's a warning. Loretta Lynn's songs are great, and she had a bunch with Conway Twitty.
Didn't she just die?
Yeah,
Like
she had a
last
hell of
year?
a run.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she had a song with Conway Twitty. The
Love me some
title.
Twitty.
Oh, Twitty. But it's called "You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly." It's so good. It's so good. You're the
almost
reason our
made me do
kids
a
are
spit
ugly.
take.
Little darling. It's so fucking good. And she's got a song called "Happy Birthday" that's about a man stepping out and he comes back and it's like, but she's saying like "Happy Birthday, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year," but the way she says it, she's just flipping them off the whole time. Her songs are amazing, and they're all like 212, 230, like they're bang, bang, bang. They're great. They're really, really great.
Was she like a 60s?
Oh, I want to say she went back
50s?
to the 50s, yeah.
If she was working with Twitty, then yeah, probably
Yeah,
50s.
she twittied it up, and that there's a.
It's a shame Elon Musk bought Twitty.
Oh yeah, I X'd it all out. Thanks, Elon.
He will save us, though.
But just be Batman.
He will save us. What? I don't know. I don't make Elon be more of a fascist.
No.
Speaking of Batman's a fascist.
Yeah, I enjoyed Blue Beetle very
It's
much.
fun, right? It's a good time.
Who knew George Lopez was to steal a fucking movie?
Yeah, and
Like,
that grandma.
Starts off,
That grandma was great.
The grandma was
the grandma
amazing.
who like used to be like
Yeah, like a Mexican insurgent.
leftist
Yeah.
rebel. Yeah.
That was amazing.
So
I'll tell
good.
you about it later. And
No,
she's
you
like-
won't. You're not getting a sequel.
No. Although he is
He's gonna.
going
I think.
into,
I
yeah.
really hope so because
They said he's going in.
his kicks are
Peacemaker,
so good in the Cobra Kai show.
Peacemaker is going to carry
course.
over.
He's
and there was
apparently
one other. Waller. Waller is carrying over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, all this stuff that James Gunn had a hand in making is
Yeah.
staying because it's good. Even though
Yeah.
you're wrong about the Suicide Squad.
What? That it was fine?
Yeah, you're wrong. It's great.
It's fine.
It's anti-colonial art made by a billion-dollar company. It's hilarious, and it's quite good. And I love David Desmalchin's character and how he sees everyone as his mom, and even the big starfish.
Why can't I have a Polka Dot Man series? I would watch the shit.
They're making
out
a
of
Kite Man series.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! That's kind of what he sounds like when he says it in the Harley Quinn show.
I haven't watched. Oh, the Harley Quinn show's on Max, right?
Yes, it is. You should watch
Oh,
it.
I can try watching it again.
Wait a second. You saw Blue Beetle?
I saw Blue Beetle.
Not
Yes.
you. The other one. The one watching.
Is this our? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this our first viewer?
What, Rebecca?
Yeah.
I mean, we had that. Oh, you weren't here for that when I got the racist Russian bot.
Yeah. Are you
That
two friends now?
Couldn't spell the slur right. Like tried it.
Are you
3
trying
times.
to say the country? Which one is it?
Yeah, right. I really wanted to correct him. I'm assuming it's a him because
Yeah,
internet,
sure.
internet be
Yeah.
like.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh, so
It's confirmed she did see the
yes.
movie. Okay.
Yes. And she enjoyed it.
Okay. Well, it was a good time. I like when he
Yeah.
did a big anime sword at the end. I like that.
The-
What's her name? Susan Sarandon was a villain.
Yeah.
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 She's
Yeah.
great and everything.
She was good at being bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
I
she's
enjoyed.
so good at being bad.
I enjoyed it. Well, if you watch Atlantic City.
Well, I've
That's-
been there. I stayed at the Trump Plaza Hotel.
I walked through that.
It's a real bummer. All the furniture's bolted down.
Most of Atlantic City is kind of a bummer.
It's a huge bummer, Atlantic City. I mean, this was
Yeah.
like 2013, 2014 when I went. So it was already kind of dead. It was a
See, I
husk of
went-
its former self.
I went decades ago.
In the
with my
1920s?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
with my father, who knew it from back with the steel pier and the pony the pony show where it would jump into the water, all the things you hear about like classic Atlantic City when it wasn't apparently super depressing. Like so he was telling me about that stuff.
You know,
So-
the like not rum runners, but whatever they're called here, the bootleggers, right? They built that city.
On rock and roll.
This city on booze and drugs.
Yeah, that's where a bunch that I believe that is where is it from there or Vegas where the term stand up guy comes from? Do you know what? The term
I
stand up
do know it. Yeah.
you know that yeah, it's stand up comedy. That guy's being called a stand up because a guy I think he got his neck sliced but didn't give up the mob guys who did it to him, and he recovered. He came back, and he worked for the rest of his life, and they called him a stand-up guy because he didn't squeal,
Yeah.
and he was a comedian. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, so other
Oh yeah,
thing.
thing from
Thing.
before.
This is a weird thing. I had started. I've been listening to some Bruce Springsteen, who I was never really into, and I like his '70s stuff a lot more. The '80s stuff irritates the shit out of me because it was huge when I was a kid and couldn't get away from it. But I started listening to this collection that's like live stuff from '75 to '85. So you're hearing him go from like clubby kind of things to theaters to arenas to stadiums, and you're hearing the intimacy get lost and the sound get bigger and the words harder to hear. But this crazy thing happens because he's always kind of chatty, and in like '85 where he's the biggest fucking guy in the world or one of them, like he's in the conversation, and he's playing a stadium, and he starts talking about, he's like, these times remind me of when I was a kid, and all my friends were either going to Vietnam or knew people who were going to Vietnam. And he talked for a while, and then he goes, and this song is for the young people who are here. And they're like, it's a party. He's like, yeah, because the things that are going on right now with him talking about these wars, blind allegiance to your country or to anything will get you killed. Here's Edwin Starr's War, and they played War. Like that was, yeah. It was.
This was last night.
Yeah, no, but it was chilling. It was really chilling because it wasn't because I had gone from him talking about and again, I'm listening to this. It's like 40 songs, and I was driving a lot for some reason, so it went from yeah, my family's here tonight, and me and my dad, I was the least popular person in my house, and him telling this whole story about his dad being angry about his guitar and stuff, and then him playing a gorgeous 11-minute romantic song to "You Will Get Killed," Here's war. Like, it just, like, this was, you're watching, and he wasn't that old in 85,
Right.
but you're, like, you're watching someone, as they are on the ascendancy, not lose their soul. He stayed a person, and he stayed aware of what was going on in the world. And it was bracing,
What war were they talking about?
in
1985.
85. Was that Contras? Was that
Well,
Iran
I mean,
Contra?
yeah, Reagan was all up in South America
Yeah.
and Central America.
You're asking a
so-
really good question. But the
Yeah.
fact that we're always at war, so, you
We've been. I think we've had like 3 consecutive years of peace. Is the longest it's been. I think since before the Civil War. We were always
Thanks, Obama. What?
a little. Like he didn't stop it. He's the reason we're in Yemen, and just we don't have to get into it, but
Nah.
it's insane. They're doing a World War III, and our government is just like, let's do it. No,
Sure.
we're not going to back down. We're going to keep giving weapons to the empire, and then just like let this proliferate.
Everybody's like, you hear something?
Don't worry, that's just the
Yeah,
background noise.
It's fine.
It's just
Do you hear
residual noise.
boots? Do you
Yeah.
hear boots? Yeah.
I can't wait for the Onion article that's like the Biden administration announces plans to build a new spherical space station
It's not gonna
with
be.
a defense satellite built into it.
I was really taken aback by that. Like, I thought about that for a
Yeah,
couple
man.
of days.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of the things I really like about like folk music, is that even if you don't agree with the way people write their songs or the way they express it, I know we've talked about all the George Floyd songs that came out, all the Black Lives Matter songs that came out in 2020.
I heard a good George Floyd song.
I've heard one, and it was by Tom Prasada Rao.
We're talking about the same song?
Yeah, it's incredible. It's really great. But he's a black guy. So
But is this the first one you liked?
It's my
or-
first black guy. Yeah. Don't tell my mom or my dad; they won't approve. But folk music typically is rooted in some emotional sort of thing, whereas we were talking about power pop earlier. The definition of pop, that genre shifts. It's an Overton window, Taylor Swift is pop and Olivia
Rick
Rodrigo is
Overton?
pop now. But, like Ray Charles was kind of pop. Stevie Wonder was kind of pop. Little Richard was pop before they named it rock and roll and stuff.
There are people who shift pop to them.
Yeah.
Like Stevie Wonder did that. He
Right.
just went, no, come over here.
Right. I mean, it's
He and Marvin Gaye both did that. They did like much more, I'm not going to say treacly because I like their early stuff too, but much more almost made to be disposable music.
right. Proof
And
of
then-
concept. I consider, like Stevie Wonder's early stuff, it's like it's good. It's not like bad.
No.
He writes songs maybe it's like Jason Isbell. I don't think Jason Isbell writes bad songs. He just writes songs that aren't for me.
Yeah.
Like the ones that when he had a kid and he's like, I'm gonna write songs about my kid, and I'm like, that's cool, dude. I'm glad you're having a good time. Write songs about like being alone on the road. I like that. I know you're a family, blah 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 blah. But but no, that run that Stevie Wonder had, I think we talked about it when Rome was on here.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Where
And-
it was
and
just
then-
like 5 albums of just banger,
Yeah.
banger.
And then, not really again.
No, but
that-
like he's still. I've
It's not
listened
that he
to
was
some of his
bad.
recent stuff, and it's not bad.
Even his fucking like people bag on his happy birthday song. There's nothing wrong with his happy birthday
What?
song.
It's better than the original
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it is. No, that.
Yeah,
but
guy-
like, but he had like every once in a while he'd put out records later, and there'd be like one that it's a bunch of this is fine, and then one or two amazing songs. Like
Right.
there's this song called Skeletons, which could have gone on one of those '70s records. Like he could still do it. I think. I wonder if losing his collaborator when he and his wife got no longer together.
Like George
I wonder-
Lucas. because he was married to his editor, and then they divorced in between the original trilogy and the prequels. And
did they really?
Yeah.
Do you know the apocryphal story that when she was
When
away
he
doing
made out with
something
Linda
else-
Ronstadt on a plane for like 4 hours?
No, poor
Oh
Linda.
yeah, that happened. He was dating Linda Ronstadt, by the way. And what's her name from Bill and Ted? What's her name? Or is it Wayne's World? The Asian lady. What's her name?
Tia Carrera.
Yeah, that one.
That's Wayne's World.
Yeah. And yeah, like when those
No,
movies were coming out.
The apocryphal story I was talking about was she was away for something, like for whatever it was when they were doing Star Wars, and he took a pass at it, omitting all mention of the Force. And she came back and fixed that.
Huh.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the Light and Magic documentary.
Well, then it must not be true.
It must not be true. It was 6 episodes. They didn't talk about that once. Oh, George Lucas produced it? Never mind.
Yeah, that.
So I want to make a...
Yeah, it's going to be sad.
Like, I want to make movies about Goongans. I think I'm going to make a Goongans spin-off series. I think Jar Jar Binks is one of the funniest characters in cinema. And
Wait, didn't you like Jar Jar originally, though?
I don't think so. I think I was neutral on him. Yeah, that movie was interesting. I remember like the merchandise stuff for it, which we talked about last time, or a couple of times ago.
No
No hat Watto, and I doubt that there was enough demand for a Watto for the Attack of the Clones version of
that
Watto
was
to be
really
made
weird.
to a
Now
toy.
those came out the first one came out when you were a kid, right?
Yeah, I was 10, 9. Yeah.
Yeah, see, so this was 98 when it came out?
99.
99.
Yeah.
Okay, so
May 25th, 1999.
I remember seeing like, the teaser trailer, and we're like, oh shit.
It's
yeah.
I mean,
It's cut. It's
and
unbelievable.
And there's a lovely podcast, The Weekly Planet. They say on it, there's one of the hosts on it says like, if you can't find 2.5 good minutes in your hour and a half plus movie, then what are we even doing here?
Yeah. But that was so like, oh shit.
Oh, it was great. I mean, like,
And
it didn't show what the movie was going to be, luckily, because then people went to see it. Because if they showed what the movie was going to be,
Although
it's like trade disputes. Okay.
But you know what I did see in 99 when it came out?
The Matrix, Fight Club.
No and yes, but not what I was talking about. I remember walking out of Fight Club thinking it was a good movie and a lot of people were going to miss the point.
Man, really? You were that, like, prescient on it? Because, like, holy shit.
I was having that conversation with a friend of mine, like, walking through Towson, because we had seen it there. And I'm like, yeah, like, that was really good, and people are going to miss the point.
My God, dude. It's like the people who watch American Psycho, and it's like, I should get jacked, too. I should get a black business card. It's like, no, dude. It's called American Psycho. What are we doing?
Did you ever read the book?
Did not read the book.
It's tough sledding. It's tough sledding.
Movie better?
I don't think I've seen the movie.
Oh, movie good. He kills Jared Leto, so.
Well, I mean, there's that.
There's plus sides. That business card scene is hilarious. But you could just watch that.
The book is rough. The book is fucking rough.
Like poorly written, or like that Bret Easton Ellis?
Bret Easton Ellis is a good writer.
Okay.
I posit.
That also came out in 1999.
Yeah. But what I was talking about was saw for free, and won it for 1 passes and a bunch of stuff, including an ice cream cake, all related to Galaxy Quest.
Oh, the best Star Trek movie. The best Star Trek movie. It's the best Star Trek movie.
Have you watched the doc yet?
No.
I know you're not a doc boy.
Amazon?
Do it. Yeah, Amazon. It's a great double header.
Yeah,
either way.
You keep telling me.
Either way.
Yeah.
Watch Galaxy Quest and then watch that, and you can see all the shit they went through to make it.
Yeah.
And all the.
It's supposed to be like PG-13. So that
No, it's supposed to be R.
Oh, it's supposed to be R, so they could say like shit and fucking stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
and
they
there's,
have
like,
the whole thing.
Sigourney...
I am wearing
Oh.
a Galaxy Quest T-shirt.
Really?
By Grabthar's Hammer.
Hold on. Hold on, you dizzy bitch.
What a savings.
Buy Grapthar's.
Yes, this was a. There's the hammer. This was a gift from the younger child.
Wow.
It is now my favorite shirt. But they have a whole
They're selling
thing.
quick. Come on down.
Oh, yeah.
Buy Grapthar's hammer.
They have. Oh wait, there's more on the bottom here. But anyway, there's a whole thing in there about how they shot it. You know, kind of as an R-rated comedy, and it got cut back to make it more kid-friendly. So there's a moment, you know, when they have where's the gnashing things, the chompy crushy things.
Yeah.
And by the way, here, chompy crushy things.
Oh boy.
See?
Hold on. Jesus Christ.
Chompy crushy things. What's a savings?
Where does it say chompy crushy things? Oh, there.
Chompy crushy things, and then the hammer that never gives up. And never surrenders.
That's magnificent.
You heard what I said.
That cast.
But they had a moment, where the chompy crushy things are happening.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's character says, "Screw that!" But you could see they had to ADR because she said,
"That's what I was about to say." Yeah.
She said, "Fuck that!"
Yeah.
And they were talking about that, and there were a bunch of those apparently.
Yeah. No, you can see them. That's one of the more obvious ones. But when I found that out and I went back to rewatch it to make sure that it was still the best Star Trek movie.
It still
is, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the first reboot one, and I really love the third reboot one.
That was really good.
It's like a big episode of Star Trek, and I love it. Yum 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 yum.
It's a shame about the second one, but
we don't talk about Bruno.
No. And how much you hate that guy. But
he's fine. I'm sure, just like Pete Davidson, he's perfectly nice. It's just that, like, I listened to Hamilton for like 2 or 3 years straight, and so now I can hear his voice in his writing. And not like the cool way where, like, you know, I can hear especially, and then when he sings, and he's just like,
how about his sad singing?
Don't put I am singing. Don't put yourself in a show with some of the best singers on the fucking planet. Leslie Odom Jr. just, he should have been the main character. He was a main character, but like it should have been. We've talked about it. It should have been a 2-act thing, like Julius Caesar the play. Brutus should have been the main character, like he was in the play. It should have been Aaron Burr. And then after Hamilton dies, maybe have a little coda and show what the fuck happens to Burr. But nope. He's on the money, so fuck it.
He shot the guy.
He was a total asshole, by the way, Hamilton.
The hell you say?
Look at the stuff he said about the poor. He's called them like, I think something along the lines of the opposite idea of what that plaque on the Statue of Liberty says. He basically calls the poor like wretched refuse. And but he wanted them there so that there could still be rich people.
Well, that's a thing.
Yeah, no, that's capitalism, baby. Yeah. He's great.
I knew you were a fan.
Yeah. It's a very well written show, though.
Yeah.
Very well written, incredibly done.
It sure
Alex
is
Lacamoire fucking knocked it out of the park. I mean,
it sure is 2 different shows. That first act
is absolutely. I mean, yeah, it's great. It's beautifully done, and all the performances are great. Even Lynn's.
Have you still not watched the filmed version that's on Disney?
No.
I will say it is part of the reason that I got sucked into it so much is I think that's the best filmed
What about
version
Cats?
of a stage. Well, it's not that. But I mean, no. Cats is something. I did watch it.
No, not the which is on something now. Netflix.
Something. Everything's on something. But except for the stuff that
so
isn't.
true. Oh my god. Whoa.
I know. Sorry to drop that truth bomb in here.
What is this, Oppenheimer?
Smoke bomb. Yeah, there was a point there. No, the way they filmed the staged show, as opposed to In the Heights, which I thought was good.
The movie
Not great.
that they made?
Yeah. And
but like I listened to some of that, and you can really tell that like, okay, he needed to do this so that he could make Hamilton.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Hamilton's a masterpiece.
Well, he said like my 20s were In the Heights, my 30s were Hamilton. You know, I don't know what the hell's going to happen next.
He's just he's going to get contracts with Netflix and Disney, and
Yeah.
like he wrote all the music for Encanto. He wrote the music for Moana. He's just going to do that. He's going to be Randy Newman, but less good.
Left, right, left, right.
Well, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here.
Wayne?
Well.
How are you, Wayne? How are you?
A good news. Not too bad.
I'll tell you, when we would go out to Cancun.
You've never done it before?
No, never ever.
Wow, that's really impressive.
A strange thing has happened in my 50s. Suddenly,
Hey, man,
impressions
Stranger
are-
Things have happened on Netflix.
I haven't seen it, but being able, suddenly I can do
mostly
a
fine.
lot more impressions than I could do before. It's very strange. Just like, take a whack at him and it comes out okay. It's weird. But wasn't a great story, I'll admit. Good news is it's over now.
Do a song.
I can do that. Do you want, like, for lack of a better term, do you want a power pop song so you can know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I could look it up, but I'd much rather not have to do that.
I mean, you could do both. That's not exactly what I do, but it comes up. It's a part of things.
Well, look, I won't pull a John Pfeiffer. And when I told him, like, I set out to write a blues song, and it kind of turned out to be this. And then after we play it together, he's like, that wasn't a blues song. And I was like, John, I told you that. Come on, man.
People get really weird about that stuff.
Well, he wants you to have the correct nomenclature for everything.
Well, he's
don't
wrong.
call a saxophone a horn. It's a
Don't-
saxophone.
Saxophone?
And don't tug on Superman's cape.
Don't spit into the wind.
You can mess around with Jim, though.
Yeah. It turns out he doesn't mind.
Yeah.
It's all about enthusiastic consent. By the way, Croce, underrated. I like him very
think
much.
he's perfectly rated. I don't know.
He's correctly rated?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like his story songs very much. I remember explaining story songs to the kids with his music when they were younger. You getting anything of that? Are
Yeah.
we good-ish?
Gotcha. I'm bloody gotcha.
I have not played this in a minute. I don't get to play much other than when we vom or Ssnotwasscall. So
All right.
So it could be a little ragged, but what can you do? I will try to play this the power pop way in how it was played in the band. Let's see. It's been a minute. Anyone could come up with a goal, do the work to make it clear. Craft a plan with incremental moves and such to last throughout the year. Show initiative and nerve, blaze a path for all to see. With elected moxie and such style, what a wonder they would be. But see, we've already gone on too long. No one wants to hear this song with local failure. it wrong. All your friends will tell you you're only wasting time, you can't get back. All your friends are right, don't let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. And you can't imagine how to continue on with efforts that seem futile and misguided even now. No matter how far you may have gone to be the hammer and the nail, there's always time to crash and burn. It's never too late to fail. Let's let this be a hope swan song, 'cause really you've known all along. We're local failures and we know how to do it wrong. We know how to do it wrong. We know how to do it wrong.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I don't think it was played exactly that way though.
No, that you got to picture a band with it. But I played it more.
Are you thinking of doing like a full band thing ever?
Never again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's too much wrangling. It helps that you live with the other person in your band, and she's like trapped with you.
No, no.
Yeah,
no, I don't see doing that again.
I
think about it sometimes, but honestly, in my current world, that's not. I told you I don't. The only times I really play guitar are on Monday and Friday nights. So
fascinating.
Yeah, I don't.
Have you not been going out to the cool open mic anymore?
I don't leave the house except to go to the grocery store or take people to appointments or pick up children from school.
Okay.
So yeah, that's not really an option right now.
Okay.
I have the Telecaster that you've noticed.
Yes.
Is in the living room, and I will sometimes play that.
You haven't played that
days.
Here in a while.
No, because it's in the living room. The sound is a little right. The sound is very different. It's funny though because the Power Pop thing, The Honest Mistakes, which was the band I was in with the real singer, played a small Power Pop festival in Brooklyn, and we played with actual Power Pop bands. It's like a bunch of guys in suits, playing very Beatley songs, and we played, and we didn't sound like them. Like by comparison, we sounded like AC/DC or something.
Interesting.
And also girl singer, which is very confusing because it's a very like male thing, and our lyrics weren't like a lot of their stuff. A lot of most power pop bands, it's very like juvenile, almost infantile lyrics.
Like Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Yeah, but not quite that clever.
Oh. May he rip, man, and not in piss. In peace.
No. They had. By the way, I liked the Stacy's mom song, but man, they had some better songs. As it is with most bands that you like that have a hit.
Yeah.
It's like they had, and you know how good Schlesinger is.
Some of my favorite songs are co-written by him. That's just a straight up thing. I cover one of his songs.
Which song do you cover? Oh,
the buzzing from the bathroom.
Oh, fuck me. That's good.
Yeah, I fucked it up last time. Maybe I'll do it tonight.
Everybody else was like, "What's happening?" Like Heather's actually texting me during it as I'm falling off the chair laughing. She's like, "Should I get this reference, or is this Tim Minchin, or what's happening?"
He fucking wishes.
He's got some
really good stuff, but like, you know, even on his last album, he was like Ricky Gervais in 2006 level atheist preachy.
That is really tiresome.
Just like we get it. We get it.
But didn't he write that one that you turned me on to? Didn't Minchin write a couple of musicals?
He wrote Matilda.
Yeah,
he's just writing musicals now. Like
I enjoyed that very much.
Well, the Groundhog Day one is better.
You did say good things about that.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's like, it's different than the movie, obviously, because it's a fucking stage show. But like, you asked me, just like flippantly, just as a bit or something, you know, oh, is it just one song played over and over? And then I thought about it, and then
there's
like
a bit in there.
No, it is. All of the songs that are played throughout the show are in the first song. And the first song's called Day One. And then it's just like, you know, you just breeze past it all. And the first song is just like a 9-minute thing of the first day. And then you go into little bits of those things and the character. It's fucking so good. It's so good. And then I play that song, Night Will Come, about death and how she waits. Because she's gonna come for you, baby. You try to she'll outweight you.
I've got too many about that.
Yeah,
Rob's like, yeah, all of Chris's songs are like breakup songs. Like, no, they're not.
No, they're breakup songs with life. It's like how
life.
It's like how "You'll Be Back" from Hamilton is a breakup song, but with a country.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my favorite breakup song of 2016. Was "You'll Be Back." Yeah,
That's
it's good.
One.
It's good. Jonathan Groff, man, good stuff. He's in a musical with Daniel Radcliffe right now on Broadway.
Merrily We Roll Along.
Yes, a Sondheim, and they have a very charming behind the scenes / like, you know, cast recording thing, that the music video that they put up of.
Yeah. Do you know the
Just Three
gist
Friends
of the story? Yeah.
No.
But
not at all.
But
and I like Sondheim. Of the musical phenoms, writers that were born on my birthday.
You share a birthday with Sondheim?
And Andrew Lloyd Webber. I prefer Sondheim. Yeah, March 22nd, baby.
One.
And Reese Witherspoon and William Shatner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The Shat.
And someone else. Oh yeah, Joey that I went to school with. Not that Joey, not the one you know.
Oh, okay.
That would be too much. People already confuse us. Well, not anymore, because he cut his hair and I grew mine out, which used to be
there you go.
Opposite.
That's a helpy.
Also, we haven't been in the same room more than like 5 times in the past 8 years.
The gist of, I'll probably get it wrong, but my understanding, the gist of Merrily We Roll Along, it's a writer and a couple of songwriters, those 3 people who are like best friends.
That's why there's a piano on stage.
Yeah, exactly. But such a wonderful cheat.
Yeah, right.
They have
so that meta bullshit. I know. Yeah,
I know. But they have it's going backwards in time. Like they're embittered at the beginning. They're older and embittered and angry at the beginning, and it goes backwards in time to where they were ultimately like young, idealistic.
Do you know when
creatives.
He wrote it? Is it one of the ones from the 70s?
Oh, you're asking a good question. I think
great
it is from
question,
the 70s.
motherfucker.
I think it is from the 70s, but I believe they've started filming it, and it's going to take like 14 or 16 years or whatever. They're filming the end now. When
is
they're
it
like
fucking
this age.
what's his name who did the after before midnight sunset
Ethan
sunrise?
Hawke? I don't think so.
No, not Ethan Hawke, the director. What the fuck is his name?
Ethan Hawke?
No, he didn't direct those.
Julie Delpy.
No, dick. Fuck.
Are you saying a woman can't direct
Who's
a movie?
Boyhood? The boy Richard Linklater. Jesus fucking Christ. Is it Richard Linklater? Is it? Because that's the type of shit he does.
I can't remember, but I thought
a
it
Linklater
was pretty great.
Sondheim movie. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've seen that many of his movies. I never made, so that's a secret entrapment of band members. Food for thought. Yes. You have to join their Hopkins band.
Move to Baltimore.
Yeah, move to Baltimore. You have to be a few years older than them. Join a band with a bunch of Hopkins students.
This has to be the 90s, by the way.
The band breaks up, but you stay together, and it goes from there.
That's how you make it work. Yeah.
We had the
Otherwise, then you'll move to Baltimore with your band, and then they'll move there 2 months too early and move in together, and they're like a cat and a fucking dog, and you may happen to be the membrane that keeps the whole fucking thing together, but then they move out and get on each other's nerves, and by the time you move up there, the band's basically broken up already.
Which band are we talking about?
This is my band that I used to have before
Darkest
I started.
Timeline?
No. That's
okay.
still technically a thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I should
believe
tell
it.
Zach that I'm going up to New York.
Yes.
And say hi, and then finally meet his son. And last time I saw his daughter, she was like, "You used to live in the attic," and I was like, "Yeah, sure, man."
What makes you think I don't still live there?
Still do. Yeah. Yes. And
Is that where you've been this whole time?
the attic? Yeah. Just like Otto. Look up Otto in the Attic. That's one of my favorite episodes of The Dollop. It's good stuff. Oh, they just did a baseball one, by the way,
I like baseball.
of the guy who was like a human pincushion who kept fucking getting injured, and they kept playing him.
That's weird.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like
Pincushion?
sports owners. Vamp. While I look up this guy's name.
So baseball's nice. Will you be watching the football tomorrow?
Are the Ravens playing?
Yes.
Are they playing here?
Yes.
No. I may be driving.
To West
But
Virginia?
I would like, I'm not a big sportsman, but I'll watch like I think playoffs of pretty much any sport are very, very
Well,
interesting.
it's heightened. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Yeah. And I love an
they've-
underdog story.
And they've actually turned into a lot of fun to watch. As somebody who was never a football guy, I got into them in like the 2012, 2013 season, whatever it was when they won the Super Bowl last.
When they played the 49ers. Yeah.
They went all the way.
Against
They went,
Colin Kaepernick. Fucking talk about cancel fucking culture. He's the only celebrity I've ever seen fucking get canceled.
well, there's two. There's him and there's Kathy Griffin.
No, she's working now.
She wasn't for a while.
Yeah, but she's fine. Like Colin Kaepernick, he's done. He's like my age, so he's aged out of the NFL. And, it's fucked up.
Yeah, no, it is. But no, she got good and canceled for a while.
She really did.
And was on like no-fly lists and all manner of shit.
Pistol Pete Reiser. You know Pistol Pete?
Nope.
Oh. Well,
When
He would,
must
like-
have been.
oh yeah, like early days. Yeah. Like 30s maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, the Ravens thing. I happened to decide to watch them. Joylene loves sports, so we would watch a game sometimes. We had people over for the Super Bowl, and it was great. We all had fun, and I'm like, maybe this is okay. And then I watched the first game of the next season next year, and I was bored. I'm like, I guess I'm not interested in this, and I didn't watch football again until this season because the older child got into it, and it's really nice to have something in common with him again. Because I got to tell you, man, if you ever kid up, once they're you have good times with them before they turn out to be a teenager, because you will need that to carry you through until they hopefully come back around again.
I find it hard enough to be a child of a parent.
Yeah,
I don't want to have.
I couldn't tell you.
That doesn't seem true from the stories you've told me.
I mean, not anymore. I haven't had a parent.
Oh my god.
I haven't had a parent since 2018.
Must be nice. I don't know. What am I supposed to say to that?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we're on the fucking same page, bud.
You betcha.
Do I play a song now?
Do you want to play a song now?
I could.
You definitely could.
Yeah.
So what did you do while I was playing a song? Because I couldn't see you.
Listened.
Try again.
Refilled my glass. Actually,
There it
that's not
is.
true. That's not true
No.
either. I refilled it before, and then I drank some while you were. But I was listening. Remember when I recognized the song? Remember? I'm a good boy.
You could have been lying.
I was lying. I mean, I wasn't. You know, it's a great show that
What's
just
that?
came out on Netflix. Is Louder Milk.
Oh, haven't seen that yet. The guy who's in it, I like
Ron
very
Livingston.
much. You want to talk about a guy who's just a fucking worker.
Well,
He's
hey,
just- he's
oh yeah,
always
he's
good.
always working, and he's and you
And
know
always
some of
good.
the stuff's good. He's
No,
good in
he's
stuff.
always good.
He's always good. Yes.
Did you watch Drinking Buddies yet?
Nar. Is that Jake Johnson
Yes. And
from the News Girl?
and Anna Kendrick and
Oh, so they already knew each other.
yeah, and
They just because they just put out
right.
a movie together.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched that yet. It looks pretty funny.
I had a good time. He wrote it and directed it.
Yeah, and directed it.
Yeah, yeah.
But it had Lonely Island people in it, which
He's on a podcast with the other guy from the Dollop that isn't Dave Anthony.
Gareth Edwards.
Gareth Edwards, the director of Godzilla.
Yes. How did you know?
And director of Rogue One. No. Gareth Reynolds. Who is
Gareth,
just
like I said, Gareth Edwards.
he's so funny. His stand up, I could take or leave. Some of it I think is very funny. He's very good at crowd work, but he's just like
I like him on
so
podcasts.
quick. He's so
Yeah.
quick, like a Paul F. Tompkins level. You know, just like
Jake Johnson
fill the
is
room with
also
funny.
really funny.
He's so funny. He
Yeah.
really is just like, I mean, I it makes me wonder how much of Nick Miller in New Girl was just him just doing shit. Plus, like, the chemistry of the cast is so fucking good.
So good. You want to talk about a show that just holds up to rewatches so
really
well.
does.
Really, really does. So funny.
And not a lot of comedy does.
And Megan Mullally really is amazing when she comes in
Megan
after
Mullally.
the girl with the big eyes has to go out because she has a baby.
You mean Megan
They don't
Fox?
say that. Yes, that's what I said. Megan Mullally.
I'm about to get a
Oh.
Stars subscription to watch Party Down, by the way.
Nice. There's a bunch of stuff on Stars I want to watch.
There's some stuff I've like put it on my watch list on Amazon, and then once I'm
Same.
done with Louder Milk, then gonna watch Party Down. I should probably practice those songs for that band
Nice.
sometime.
And the other thing, there was like 4 things ago that I wanted to go back. It wasn't New Girl. Jake, is it? Oh, the Paul F. Tompkins thing where he was on the Last Laugh or whatever it is that I sent you that you didn't listen to. He has a very brief moment. Like, one of the ways they publicized it was that he talks about the guy from Mr. Show who turned out to be a insurrectionist.
Yeah, Jay Johnston.
What I didn't know was it's not just that they knew each other; they were writing partners and got hired together for Mr. Show.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
And the host starts to ask him about it, and he says something about it, and Paul F. Tompkins, in his very Paul F. Tompkins way, is laughing. Goes, and we are not going to talk about that. Like, he's super charming and wonderful, but like line.
Boundaries, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good
But
to
it was-
have them.
It was real. He is so fucking great on that particular podcast. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
You still didn't like? Do you know what the name of the goddamn show is?
I sent it to you.
Yeah, but I told you about the phone stuff. I use a different device.
I don't have a different device for you.
No, you don't need to give. Just tell me the name of the
The
goddamn show.
Last Laugh with Matt Wilstein. Paul F. Tompkins, the best comedy podcast guest.
Is that the name of the episode? Okay. I can't. It's not. I can't.
You could.
It's too
But
bright.
you won't.
It's too bright. It's too bright.
Gotta wear shades.
I'm wearing. You need to. You know what?
It's put out by the Daily Beast.
Okay.
Not your favorite website.
The Daily Wire.
Yes.
And, you know, technically, like, look, my wife's a doctor. So she told me that if anybody, you know, actually has that much moisture down there, you know, if, like, you need a
He's
mop
heard-
and a bucket, you need to see a doctor.
Oh, he's heard the buzzing from the other side of the door.
And he's just like, boy, she really, well, she is a doctor, so she's probably just doing a really good job brushing her teeth. You know, she stays in there for 20 minutes every night. My wife, she uses her electric toothbrush and she brushes her teeth rigorously, and so much that she is moaning sometimes. That is how much she cares about hygiene.
Really clean.
Global warming does not exist. It's a hoax.
Sure. So has your friend bailed on us yet?
No, she's still here. Hi, Rebecca.
Sorry, Rebecca.
Yes. Hello. Thank you and sorry.
So very sorry.
Which is just the title of my autobiography.
Oh, don't sit there.
It's wet.
It's so wet. It's not supposed to be that wet.
It's not supposed to be that wet. It was never that wet before. Okay. I'll do something that I've been what?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna listen on YouTube and go mix myself a drink while you do that.
Okay, perfect.
Because I would like to listen.
All right, and then maybe we'll have a special guest come by.
What?
Maybe a friend of mine.
Have you heard from someone?
I don't know, but I'm somebody's friend, so maybe that person will
Okay,
stop
that's where the
by.
story falls apart.
Well, I'm just saying. It's been there the whole time.
I mean, what?
Maybe he'll stop by. I don't know.
Left, right, left.
Left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot.
Oh, that show was funny once.
It was.
It was. It was very funny.
And then
I
he
have
just
the DVD
did. And then he
still.
started doing like 9 different shows.
And he ran out of ideas.
His rude Star Trek is very funny.
That was real, and it turned into
And
be
then
a
like
really
this
good show.
last season was like quite good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Or no, what the girl called it, girl reference, swear trek.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a song.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm lying. I'm so sorry.
It's not a song?
No, it is a song. Can you hear that okay?
Yeah, I enjoy your music. I don't care for you personally, but I enjoy your
This
music.
isn't one of mine.
It isn't?
I could play one of mine in the same key.
Well, I'm not supposed to have an opinion, right?
I think it's fine.
What do you want to play?
What do you want to hear? I'll take requests here, just not on the VOM.
If I tell you that, you won't play it.
No, I'll take requests here, just not on the VOM.
Well, I heard you, but I don't hear you.
Okay. Well, I don't see you. You are neither seen.
I see lights in your eyes. Is it?
What do you?
Not so bad.
How are
you now?
How are you? How are you?
It's really quite good.
I feel pretty good about it. I gotta say.
Rebecca, for a frame of reference, he is doing an impression of a character from a very delightful show called Letterkenny.
Oh, so good.
It's about just Canadian poor people and working class people, and it's just bullshit. I mean, if you like,
It's wonderful, wonderful bullshit.
I pointed her towards the Auntie Donna show, which you still haven't watched.
I don't know what that is.
It's very funny. It's a sketch show on I'll just leave you here if you're gonna fucking stay here.
I'm not gonna stay here. Don't leave me here.
Anyway, it's a sketch show on Netflix. It's some Australian blokes.
I have like Australian.
Australian. Okay. Well, I'll play song.
You play song.
I play song. I'll do one of mine.
Do one of yours, unless you don't want to.
You'll never know. This is in duress. Under duress.
What's under your dress?
I'll never tell.
You started.
Running around the back of my mind, and I'm chasing it down with glasses of wine, and I never found my place in this line, but I covered the ground with my head in the clouds, and I heard songbirds singing today. And I heard the bell curves swinging my way. thinking it's wrong. Life on the run doesn't last very long. Yeah, we had fun, but I need moving on. This web that I spun wasn't built to be strong, but I still sing along. And I heard songbirds singing today. And I heard the bell curves swinging my way. Reach for the sky, keep up the pace, and you'll learn how to fly. Life ain't a race, it's a fight to survive. I'm counting the days till my water runs dry, so I'm hitching this ride. And I heard songbirds singing today. And I heard the bell curve is swinging my way. I got green and I got blue. Every day there's a little less difference between the two. So I belly up and I disappear. Well, I ain't really drowning 'cause I see the beach from here. And I could take the Greyhound home. When I got there it'd be gone, along with everything a home is made up of. So I'll take to what you're having. Now take all of what you got to kill this goddamn lonely, goddamn lonely love. Okay, he's back, so I don't have to commit to the rest of that.
I enjoyed both.
Thanks. Yeah.
And the first one is one of yours, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
That's the last song on my. Thank you very much. That's the last song, or do you on my?
No, I do. I'm not you. I do. That's the last song
on my second album.
Okay. I listened to both of those back when we were getting to know each other, and enjoyed them both.
The first one, I do not really like the production on it. I mean, I think it's like a very well produced. I don't like the choices I made.
Was that the first record you made?
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
First recordings.
First, like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so the second time I knew to just like go in with a full, clear idea of how I wanted stuff to sound, and then
the best cure for your first record is to make a second one.
Yeah, and I really like the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like I go back and listen to it and I'm like, huh, okay. Like there's like a couple things on there where like maybe I would have done something differently, but pretty much the hold on, let's get it clean. Hold on. Just bring it right up to the microphone. We got it.
Oh God. That was that was the end of the bottle. So
oh, did you overcommit?
I'm gonna be okay. Don't
Okay.
worry. Jesus is with me on this one.
Oh no, who's that? Oh, I hear a motor approaching. Oh my God, it's our friend Scooty. Hey, it's me, Scooty. How are you doing, Chris? How you doing? Long time no see. It's me, Scooty.
It's been a long time, Scooty.
Scooty, yes. It's me, Scooty, the motor scooter. I'm here. I'm staying at my friend Jules' house. He's letting me crash through the storm, you know.
Oh, see, that's where the story falls apart. Sorry, Scooty.
Well, you know, I did not get consent because it's me, Scooty. I'm a fictional character, so I don't need consent. It's fine. Your silence is my consent. It's nice. It's good. It's good. Don't look up Scooty's record, though. By the way, you know, it's cool. I mean, you know, I'm a cool guy. I scoot over here. I scoot over there a little backwards, but you know. Mainly, it's just me being a cool guy, hanging out with my friend, with my buddies, you know, crashing on the couch.
You know, they say a big developmental thing with children when they're small is if they have like a soft friend, a teddy bear or something, and they have them talking, the teddy bear is saying the stuff that they're not comfortable saying.
Oh, that's good.
So, Jules, is there anything you want to tell us?
Oh no, Jules not here. I'm just using him as a puppet. You know, he's a reverse puppet sort of a thing, you know, like the little alien in the Men in the Black, you know, the movie, the Men in the Black. The guy has alien in his face. I save Orion the belt, you know, and in the belt
and the
was
Blues Beatles.
The cat was his thing, you know. The cat was Orion, and there's a galaxy and a marble. It's cool, and then they do it again in the second movie, and it's less good, like the second Men in Black movie. And there's lockers, and then it's a small civilization. Then we are a small
kind of like the third movie, though.
Yeah, it's nice. The time travel and the Thanos. Am I thinking of the end game?
No. That's Men in Black 3.
No, when Tommy Lee Jones he retire, and then we go back in time.
And that's when Ryan Reynolds shows up, and they're like jumping off of the things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then they throw Scarlett Johansson off a cliff.
Yeah.
Is that the right movie? Am I thinking?
I think that's why. Wasn't that the plan the whole time for them?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna scoot on out of here. I may be back. Who knows? Is this going
Good
okay?
seeing you, Scooty.
All right, I'm gonna scoot on out of here. Oh man, I'm so tired. I'm scooting all over.
Are you into country music, Scooty?
Oh yeah, I love.
So you're more of a boots.
Well,
Scooty?
you know, I'm more into the lifestyle of like trucks and jeans and
Confederate flags.
And how did you know? It's me, Scooty. I got to scoot on out of here. Oh, Scooty, you're gone.
Bye, Scooty.
Oh, dip. Okay, well, what, Chris, did I hear?
Dip.
Oh, dip. Are you gonna play a song? It's like a palate cleanser.
I remember you doing that fucking voice.
It's my Watto voice, but it's Italian.
But
That's what I do.
This was before. I would say you were doing that before we were really friendly. So my
yeah,
head
yeah,
is like,
yeah. Definitely
my head
before
like,
we started doing this.
yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I'm a Scooty.
It's me, Scooty.
It's
I'm a
me.
modern Scooty. Shut up, Scooty. You stay in your fucking corner.
Get the fuck down there.
Interloper. Jesus. Just home wrecker, this guy. May wanna... Yeah. Give me a strum. a strum. Okay. Never mind. You just...
Yay for me.
You do your thing. I'm gonna shut up.
Wait, nope, it doesn't start like that. It's a start, something that we both need. Miles apart, close enough to see it's bad. Better than we ever had. In a song, baby, you're the backbeat, good and strong, steady as a repeat. Oh, better than I'll ever know. All these years of pulling apart seem so strange to find, out of sight and on my mind. Me back when this starts to get through, so you know it's always gonna be you. I know enough to hold on. Come on now, say it ain't my good ear. All the things you know I need to hear right now, and you know how. All these years of pulling apart seem so strange to find, out of sight and on my mind. Simple as just ringing a bell, but you can't find the tower. Digging as hard as you can to find a flower. Should have practiced that bridge. On and take your winner in a suitcase. What's the point trying just to save me? So gotta be better now. Cause it's a start, something that we both need. Miles apart, close enough to see it's bad. Better than we ever had. Better than we ever had. Did I not give you enough time?
You ended it abruptly, which I should have been
Should've been
anticipating.
ready. That was
yeah.
that was another one of the "Is This Anything" category songs.
I like it. I really like the guitar part.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Sometimes I'm okay with it. Sometimes I'm not.
I know how that is.
Yeah.
What did we call that segment? Forget.
I thought of it as
maybe this
maybe
song.
this song. Yeah. See, I thought of it as "Is This Anything," which is what
Maybe that's a
comedians say to
different
each
one.
other. No.
I don't know. Maybe the song, because like maybe the song is something. I assume, you know, or maybe
Yeah.
the song isn't total shit. I believe was the
Yeah.
impetus. Knowing us.
Yeah. I like the tune very much. I like the guitar part very much. The lyric is way more sincere than I'm used to being. So it's... What you doing with your head there? Scooty!
It's me, Scooty. I'm over here. Shut the fuck up. I'm so sorry. Okay. Jesus. Delinquent.
Poor Scooty. Poor
Hey,
Skinny.
he's a monster. You don't know him. He's a bad dude. He's like Corn Pop. Did you hear that story about Joe Biden talking about Corn Pop at the public pool? Or
No.
Corn Pop was a bad dude when Joe Biden was lifeguard? Oh,
No.
it's one of my favorite moments from the campaign. Just look up Corn Pop is a bad dude.
You know I never will.
Yeah. And I'm not going to I don't have a... You know, Paul F. Tompkins has a really good Joe Biden impression.
Does he?
Come on. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Oh my God, they did. Oh, that last laugh, they did the Werner Herzog thing, and then they played Herzog hearing his impression.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to that. Yeah.
It's a worthwhile listen.
He's a great guest.
He just seems like, and again, like Patton, he just seems like such a good guy.
Yeah.
Now you
not
could be a
piece
good
of
guy.
shit.
Yeah, you could be a good guy and not be funny, but he's
Right.
also really, really funny.
Yeah. Yep. Good stuff.
Yeah, I just circling back for a second. I told girl reference, telling
not
telling
gonna
her
do it.
about Joe Boy coming on the Vom and getting to talk to him a little bit. I hadn't talked to him in ages. We had back when the that St. Louis open mic was going. I can't remember. Did you make it on there, or was that before our time together?
I think that was before our time
That's a-
together.
So exactly, it's a real shame because that one was something special. I met a bunch of St. Louis people there, and when Brian, the host, had to shut it down, me and Joe
What,
Boy.
Did it
and-
get shut down because of COVID?
No, this was. It was based out of a comic book store in St. Louis. The Play Music open mic, no jokes allowed, which was great because Brian was hilarious in that wonderful, deadpan Midwestern way. So funny, really really funny. But a bunch of us conspired, including his wife. We conspired to get him like a cake for the last one, and it was pretty great.
Did
But
he
yeah.
cry?
He smiled a lot.
It was like an uncomfortable smile? Or was it like a nice...
I don't think he was uncomfortable.
Huh.
That was weird. That was, you know how we've had VOMs where it's just a few of us?
Just a few of us. Yeah.
There were some where it was just me, him.
Getting naked with some pie.
Why don't you just play a song?
No, what? Finish your thing. I'm going to play a song. You can't stop the signal.
Can't stop the signal. Oh, did you just?
Yeah, I invoked the sex pest. Yeah. Joss Whedon
Oh,
from Serenity. David Krumholtz's character.
that's also like kind of taken from a Christian Slater movie
Oh.
that everybody was obsessed with. for a
Hackers.
minute. No,
Is that Christian Slater?
I don't know, but
Sandra Bullock.
it's not that. It's what the hell is it called?
Heathers.
No,
Haven't seen it. Want to.
should. I don't know how it holds up, but it was
They made a musical out of it.
good when it
I
came
hear
out.
the Mean Girls musical movie is not very good. Which
I-
why would
nope.
you make it?
No part of that looked interesting to me. Like I'm watching it.
Only I can take one Tina Fey thing at a time.
Yeah.
I liked 30 Rock, then I liked Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Now I like Girls Five.
Unbreakable. She's alive. Damn it.
Did you
It's
see
a miracle.
Did you see the thing, the interview, like obviously it's a scripted interview, but like the interview that song is taken from?
Yes.
It's so funny.
That song. But that song, I posted it. I'm like, man, I wish friend of mine's like, I get so hyped from that song. I'm like, yeah, me too. I wish I liked the show even half as much as I like the theme song.
Oh yeah. See, it
'Cause
took
I
me a while to get
fucking-
on board with the show, but
Alive. Damn it. You see, what we got here is something really interesting. Damn it.
the John Hamm shows up at one point.
Oh, no, he's great. He's the guy.
But like
Yeah.
he's like he shows back up.
Oh, I
you
know.
like, during
I watched
okay.
it for a while.
Yeah.
I tried. There were things I liked about it and things
Mm-hmm.
I did. I think she's great. The girl, Ellie Kemper,
Yeah.
she's great. She's just she's perfect in it. Like that, she kept me in at least a half a season more than I would have gone otherwise, because she's great. Also a good podcast guest. I've enjoyed her.
Yeah, she was on Bang Bang. Yeah, and she, you know, you can tell like who's actually a good improviser with how they take being on that show, because it's so. Scott is so very himself, and it's much easier when they're people that like he knows, you know, like the Mr. Show guys, or you know any of the people that he's like Mantzoukas, or you know anybody that he's worked with for a while.
Yeah.
But like
fucking Mantzoukas, Jesus Christ.
he's podcast like Viagra. I mean,
gold.
seriously,
He is
yeah,
gold,
dude.
He's
I'm
gold.
telling
Derek!
you, there's like the anniversary episodes or the holiday episodes of Comedy Bang Bang where like Mantzoukas is on the whole time. He's the co-host. He has
Oh,
a
I'm
bit.
sorry. So wait, going back.
No.
You're please.
Yeah. Okay.
Your friend Rebecca. I want to apologize to her.
She's on a lag, so she won't get this for like 5 minutes. But go ahead.
Okay, but I want to apologize to her for how bad the bridge was on that last song. I hadn't gotten to practice it in a while. There are recordings where it's done better, and I just want to take this time to say that I am marginally better than that.
I've heard it both ways.
You've heard what both ways? Had you heard that song before?
I don't think so.
It has a form I really like. I think it would work better with a band, and it would be more interesting.
Have you written it like? Was that one of your post-COVID writing endeavors?
Yes, that was within. I think so. I can look it up.
By post-COVID, folks, I mean COVID doesn't exist. It's a Chinese hoax. I said the episode title. Everybody. I said the episode title.
Chinese Hoax?
Yeah, that's the name of the episode.
Is that the episode title?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Scooty. Okay, Scooty. Okay, Scooty. Okay.
Don't you fucking say anything. Don't.
Yes, it was written on March 5th, 2021.
Hey, that's my birthday. That's Scooty's birthday. It's
I only
5th.
made it to 35 songs in 2023.
Oh, only that? In 2023, I wrote a song.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. I like it a
Good.
lot.
Which one is your 2023 song?
The book song. I
Book
played it
song.
on played it on Monday. Fahrenheit 451.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I like that one.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
I did Falm last year, which burnt me out of songwriting for a while.
Yeah. I think we talked about that when Tyler Kiley was on here.
Tyler Riley, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remy Lador. You'll get that in a bit.
Actually, I wrote some I really liked in the last year. Yeah, I'm looking like through the list. I'm like, yeah, that's surprisingly useful. Just keep a list.
Yeah. I keep several lists, and I told you about my methodology, my exacting methodology for choosing how to play songs when I don't really care. Like tomorrow, and the day after, like I have two hours
giggles?
plus shows. So I've made 5 lists of my songs.
Yeah.
So I have a list of originals. I have a list of songs that I do on the looper. I have a list that I do steel string, nylon string, and on the piano. And then there's 20 in each list, and I just roll a d20. Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't know what a D20 was until I started doing the bomb.
A dodecahedron, my dear boy. My dear man. Oh, my old chap. Oh, boy.
And then I
bean.
And then I asked Joylene about it, and she pointed out on the bookshelf where hers were.
I usually have one on me. It's in my jacket, which is in the hallway, ready for me to just leave at 8 in the morning, I think, is when I'm going to go.
I am so very sorry. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah. In 8 hours, I will be in my car on the way to West Virginia. Yeah.
Did you want to shut it down soon? It's after
No,
midnight.
I'm good. Like, as long as I get like 4 hours of sleep, I'm fine. Because, like, I get there, I play, and then I have, I get there, I play at 1 to 3, then I usually eat, and then I'll just go to sleep, and I'll wake up, like, when the night show is. If they're having a night show tomorrow, because whoever that would be coming may have to be coming from, like, the other side of the mountains, and that may be, more difficult to traverse given the weather conditions. But yeah, I have all-wheel drive, so I should be okay.
You're Subaru.
I'm a Subaru. Yes. Actually, I was just corresponding via email with the owner, John Bright, owner of the Purple Fiddle. Really fucking
Okay.
cool guy. Also
That's
owner
nice
of the
to
Subaru.
hear.
Yeah,
That's nice
no, it's
to
great.
hear.
It's he's the reason mainly that it is one of my favorite, if not my favorite place to play. Like, at
I
all.
will tell you that I probably would have played even less shows over the last few years, except that the people I know who have various venues are exceptionally kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, really, like, I've been totally taken aback. Yeah.
I'm playing a show next month with Annette Wasilic.
I enjoyed her very much.
And you're gonna be jealous.
I already know what you're going to say. I already know. It could only be Susan Rowe, right?
It's Susan Rowe, yeah.
God!
So we're gonna do
Please.
we're gonna do like the in the round thing. We did it at the Tacoma Park Street Fest together,
God
and I was like,
damn
we
it.
should do this again. And so Annette
Purely to piss Chris off.
So I brought that up, and I can't find a venue to do shit to save my life. Like, there's this new place in Fairfax that the owners like me, so I actually scheduled a show for my birthday, which I'm very fucking excited about. And Rob is
Birthday
playing
shows
with
are
me.
the best.
Yeah.
I played my 30th birthday at a place called Hal Daddy's in Highlandtown in Baltimore. When I was in the Tim K band, he brought me a cake. I played my 40th
More like
birthday.
Tim Cake.
I played my 40th birthday at the dear departed wind-up space in Station North with Among Wolves and a few other people. And I played my 50th birthday at Heather's house.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where our first Live from the Lair with Heather when we came back to Baltimore.
Right.
Yeah, and
And
I
you,
I
avoided
purposely
me.
didn't go to your open
Yeah.
mic assiduously.
And
I
this
put
is
so
a
much
great-
work into not
this is a great
seeing you.
loop back around. So at that my open mic that was at that place that shall not be named has kind of a shitty owner who has like a history of double booking and
That's a real shame.
not paying people and just being just kind of a mercurial, duplicitous ass. I'm editorializing, asshole.
Sure.
Anyway, so but no one will pick up my calls to fucking because I don't have enough fucking followers or whatever the fuck. So
Well, that's your fault.
that is totally my fault. I should
You gotta
just
show
pay,
more ass,
I should
Jules.
just pay.
Show more
I'm
ass.
considering starting an OnlyFans just for weird freaks. Which
I could be a freak until the dawn.
Beetlejuice musical's good too. So good that Lauren Boebert had to give her date a hand job.
They were really excited.
They were really excited for Beetlejuice the musical, the touring company in like
he said it 3
Minnesota
times.
or whatever.
He said it 3 times.
And
No, but
let's
I am-
just say somebody
You
shut
bet.
up. Anyway, I'm doing
You know.
the show with Annette is at the place that shall not be named.
Ah.
So that'll
that
be
you
interesting.
don't go to?
Yeah, no, I haven't been there since
Well, the good news
Bloody
is, though,
Thursday.
I have found that those owners have real short memories.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
what they're doing is running a
They run a restaurant.
they're underpaying their servers. That's what they're busy doing. They don't have
Feel
time
really
to
good about
remember, but the North
will-
remembers.
I will say, like, I, as opposed to as a younger person where I was very bitter, why don't they play us? Why don't they have us? I have gotten much better about just being appreciative. Like, I've had people, like, reach out, and
Yeah.
offer things, like the venue. It's like, do you want to come do this thing for this amount of money that you can't believe I'm offering you?
Man.
Because it's, like, really,
I emceed a thing, and it was hot, and it was like an outdoor stage thing. But like
Was
really,
it
all I had to
hot?
do was so hot. I didn't have to run sound. All I had to do was introduce people, and then like If the people were taking too long to show up in between, then I would play. I ended up playing for like 45 minutes total, and just introducing people. I got $500.
Wow.
It was like 5 hours, so like it was a
Okay,
while. But
yeah,
like,
that's.
but like you know,
But you
my,
should get about $100 an hour.
I think
like
so.
When you're
I
musicking.
think that
yeah.
that is what the depressing thing about that is, that my labor was being valued at what I consider the accurate. Because I pitched 500 as the thing. I was like $100 an hour. That just seems, right. I mean, like, you're hiring me to.
When they say yes too quickly, and you're like, ah, shit.
I could have got more.
No,
because
the
the people I work with this, sort of thing like that I do like events like this with, they usually are working with like a grant from the city. So like they,
That's nice.
Yeah.
Although I have found another thing I found that I feel much better about with gigs, and granted I haven't booked anything in a while, but
You should
I
come
had
down
the-
here. I'd get
the
you a
thing
show.
where-
Maybe.
I'd have to leave the house. Getting that might be an off-air conversation. Getting paid like leaving a little bit of money on the table, as opposed to pushing for the most money they'll give you.
Yeah.
Even if you don't play there again, just feels a little bit better.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just feels a little better. Nobody has a great profit margin. That's the thing. Like we got
and the
booked at
people
this-
that do probably aren't going to hire people like you and me.
Yeah, I did the thing that I never.
They're hiring
do.
like Jerry Seinfeld to complain about
Yeah.
how you can't say anything anymore.
I went to. He came up. Gary Goldman. You'd like Gary Goldman.
I
know
do
you
like
don't
Gary
comedy. Okay, good.
Don't like
it-
comedy. It's now evolved into I don't like comedy.
You don't have that. You don't have the patience for stand-up
I'm a
specials.
woman, so I just don't understand it, right?
Well, that means you're not funny, right?
Right. And, comedy comes from like having a sense of humor, and if you don't have a sense of humor, you can't possibly be funny. And just like
That's what you did.
That's
See
what she
you
said.
did? That's what.
That's what Cheez-Its. I'm gonna make
We had
that
those
happen.
Cheez-Its. Those Cheez-Its grooves. They're
I'm allergic
legit.
to milk, so
They have
I'll take
actually
your word.
they make some really good vegan Cheez-It like things.
V's-Its,
Yes.
Cheegans,
Jarvis's.
Jarvis.
Your friend can't possibly still be on.
Nope, she's still watching.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Thank you and sorry. Okay.
Glad,
well,
there's a Faces song. The song is pretty good. The title is amazing. It's called Glad and Sorry.
yeah. Nice, man. Real nice.
Real nice.
Real.
There's a
Nice.
very nice gallery in town that I went to see a friend at, and I did something that I rarely do. I was like, could you introduce me to the owner, because I kind of love this place? And he did, and we ended up getting booked and being paid very well for our time. I want to say 2-hour gig, $300.
2 people?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Well, but same household, so it's not like the money was really being split. It was just, oh, are you okay?
Yeah, call attention to it, dude.
I'm showing concern for your
No,
well-being.
don't do that.
Don't do that. That really confuses you. When I'm nice to you, you really.
No. No, I muted because I knew I was gonna have to cough, and then
I just had concern for your well-being. I'm like, if he dies, this is gonna be.
it's great content. I mean, who will stop the stream? I think it'll probably time out at like 10 hours or something. But yeah, no, that'd be great.
Christian Slater, he had a pirate radio station. That's how long ago this was. I saw it in the theater. And Samantha Mathis is in it.
Oh, I like her.
And she was very good. And
Didn't she show up in like Billions?
I can't answer that. She is in one of John Woo's attempts at making an American film.
Was it Mission Impossible?
No, I think it's Broken Arrow. That I can remember.
I call her Samantha Mantha because it's
Oh,
more
that's
fun.
a good one. That is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
That's
she's
like,
totally in Billions. She showed up as a fixer.
really.
Yeah.
I remember that. The movie that I can't remember the name of, it was it was like the first of like the 80s 90s really great soundtracks for younger people, but oddly enough, his theme song when he went on was Everybody Knows by Leonard Cohen. But the soundtrack, for whatever reason, had a Concrete Blonde cover of Everybody Knows, which is fantastic, but not what I was expecting when I bought that soundtrack.
Is that
It's,
false advertising? Did you sue?
No. And
Will
it's
you
not,
sue?
and it's not Reality Bites either, although that has a great soundtrack as well.
Is that Winona Ryder?
Yeah, it is. And America's
Stranger
Sweetheart
Things.
at the time, Janine Garofalo.
Ah.
Men of a certain vintage and a certain viewpoint are big fans, myself included. And if you ever talk to my girl, you will understand that that's not a reach. It's like I like them with dark hair and pale and bad attitude.
A real Daria type.
I have I got her the complete DVD set, and there is actually a Funko Pop of Daria behind me somewhere. Everything back there, it's all women except for Grogu and Freddie Mercury.
Grogu, little Baby Yoda.
Baba Yaga.
Who's a little Baba Yaga?
Who's a Baba? Not a Baba Yaga.
Yeah, little Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Oh, DeSmolchin.
He's so good.
He's so entertaining.
He's one of our greatest character actors.
He's
just
so
like,
entertaining.
surprise! Here I am. Just great in everything.
Michael Pena's great too.
Yeah, he's great. Why didn't...
Why? Why?
There's a lot of why
Fucks.
in that movie. You could
You
have had...
fucks.
You could have had the quantum
Nobody.
realm be
Your
the...
friend
like,
has no idea what we're talking about. It's the
she
third
may. And she, again, we won't know for like 10 more minutes. So...
Ant-Man. Ant-Man 3.
Ant-Man. Hey there, Ant-Man. You gonna
Quantum,
get all
why'd you do
small?
that?
Yeah.
Quantum, why'd you do that?
Quantum whoops. Oh, whoopsies.
Whoopsie doodle. Quantum whoopsie doodle.
Good night, Rebecca.
Night.
Good night.
Bye, Rebecca. So sorry.
Bye.
Hope your back improves.
Please keep me updated.
Feel better. Thank you for popping by. Get some rest.
Bye.
Oh no, she's in the hospital trying to sleep.
I don't know if she's still in the hospital. She may be
I hope
leaving.
not.
Yeah.
You ever
I hope
try to
so.
sleep in a hospital?
Yes.
It's a fucking nightmare.
It's a nightmare. Yeah. And like, you know, the way hospitals are run now, it's not guaranteed that you'll be alone. You know what I
No,
mean?
it
Like
surely
sometimes
is
you have
not.
to share a room. And
Yeah.
sometimes that person has like bronchitis and they're just coughing the whole time because they're 80,000 years old and so they can't they don't have the muscle strength to actually get the stuff out,
Yeah.
but they keep coughing.
I hope and I pray not to go that way. You know?
Just
Like, there's no
old and-
good way, because somebody's got to find the body. But, going in a hospital seems really, really like an insult to human life. You know?
Yeah.
Think what you want of it, but it's like, that is not. Although the hospice thing sounds horrible, because you want to die at home and make your family get rid of the body. Like, there's
Yeah.
no good way to die.
No, I think it does I
Volcano? Volcano.
I will die probably like getting shot in the back of the head. Like by a cop or something.
I was just thinking, just like, why, you think you'll be that irritating?
No, I just think like realistically, the way I'm gonna die is either climate change or fascism. Like that's probably it. Like I'm probably not gonna be able to die. I mean, you know, I may die a natural death and that I choked to death on the dust that once was a river, but I'm not gonna live until like my 80s or whatever the fuck. Like that, there won't be. We're doing Mad Max or Waterworld. We're doing one of those. Depends on
Some
where
shit.
you are in the country.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and then there will be like the mountains will be like the place where all the billionaires live, and then they have their scary future robot dogs, just
It ain't
patrolling there. It's not. We're not headed to a fun place.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, but
No.
fuck.
Yeah,
Like, I have to have some optimism.
Look, man.
because
There's a
I put
way
lives
to
in the
do
world.
it. There's a way to fix it. It's just the people that would have to, pull the levers to fix it benefit from the things being the way they are.
Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to just devalue all the money they have?
What, man? It's like just turn the 1 to a 0. Just like switch that. That's a Rick and Morty thing. That's like how Rick destabilized the entire galactic government. He just hacked into the fucking console and he just changed a 1 to a 0. So now 1 of the galactic currency was now worth 0. And then that's it. Crippled the entire economy. Everybody killed themselves.
Oh, well, there's
Not
that,
everybody,
too.
just like the people that, benefited from the capitalistic society.
Fucker.
Yeah. So,
Well, on that note,
I guess. Fucking.
I mean, yeah.
I was going to play a song, but,
Oh, wait, you want to play a song? Play a song.
Well,
I'll hang out.
Do you.
No, I'd like to hear a song.
Okay.
I'll hang out. Play a song.
right.
Please.
Would you prefer
Oh.
guitar or piano?
I really like your guitar playing.
Okay.
So maybe guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So you can rent Waitress now.
Okay.
The musical.
On like Amazon and stuff like
yeah,
that?
one of those things. Yeah. Do you think that's a thing you'll do?
Probably. Yeah.
I'm very curious.
To see
'Cause
what it's like?
Yeah, because I've
It's good.
enjoyed the songs.
I'm
played
just
from it.
curious to see what the cam version is like. I've seen the official, cam version, not the just internet cam version. Because
Not like a cam girl version.
no, I mean, I did watch the amateur version on OnlyFans, but I think that was something else. They didn't do any singing.
That's a different show.
Yeah, it was just a lady.
Was it called Not Waitress the Musical? Have you seen that shit?
It's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Beetlejuice the musical is
Yeah,
is the
or
one I
or
watched.
not the
Dear Evan
Avengers,
Hansen.
or
Yeah.
not Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Like that's all they have to do, and then they can have people in like
or like they'll
bad
older,
costumes fucking.
Yeah. Oh no. Now they just say like such and such a porn parody. That's just
Yeah.
literally what it's called.
And I'm like, that's covered under like,
I thought
use.
I thought you meant people posting like there was on YouTube I saw definitely not Spider-Man No Way Home, and it's the full 4K version of Spider-Man No Way Home with the
Really?
credits and the post-credit shit with Venom and everything. Yeah.
The fuck.
I know, but like
And-
my videos have been copyright struck or
Seriously?
flagged for not struck, like they don't take it down, but they're just like
Because
there's a
you,
copyright
like, did a
claim
cover
because
or
I do a
something,
cover exactly. Yeah.
Well, don't do covers.
Okay.
Asked and answered.
We did it. We solved it.
Lawyered. Hey,
just
everybody.
We just abolished the Senate. All right.
So how's the nylon string thing treating you these days?
I mean, I love it. Like, it's
see, I love finger picky stuff on nylon string, but like strummy stuff, I like a steel string.
I don't know. It depends. It really does. It depends on the vibe, man. The vibe of the song.
Are you
Like
straight
the song-
vibing?
The song we be vibing, man.
Vibing till the break of dawn?
Like Ray Don Chong.
Radon? Chong?
Ray Don Chong. Yeah. Like this song, I wrote before I had a nylon string guitar,
And then what happened?
and I like playing it on this guitar more.
And then what happened?
And then I played it for you in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I have to do stuff.
Blues jammed, everybody.
Oh boy,
Every nobody.
all the nobody.
All the...
Thanks again to Rebecca Berlin, who usually wouldn't be up this late, but she, had a hospital situation. So
Absolutely.
that sucks that happened. It was nice to have her in the comments. And
Is she a music-y person or a friend of yours? Or
What?
how
She
do you
was on the VOM like 2 weeks ago.
know? I don't know names. I'm really bad with names.
She's the person where you were like, oh, you know her? When she came on? I would say that she's kind of small because she is, but you wouldn't be able to tell because camera.
Do you have a vague description of the person or the music?
She's blonde. She plays keyboard. She also plays guitar.
Oh, yeah, I've seen her. Yeah, she's very good.
Yes.
She did like her stuff sounded a little informed by musical theater, maybe. Just
Well, she went to Berkeley for music something production. I don't know.
they allow that.
Yeah. Which is where I wanted to go because they had a musical theater program. Then I gave up on the theater part.
Theater. Come back to the theater blues.
Well, I am. I'm writing a thing. And I know people, you know.
Are you still writing the thing?
Theoretically.
Do you continue
That's
to
one of the
write
reasons
thing?
why I wanted to go over to West Virginia today, was to just, like, have time. And then I was going to come back, like, on Monday as opposed to on Sunday, which I still probably am going to do.
Almost
so
like
that
a
I could-
writery, retreaty thing?
That's exactly what it was going to be. I wanted to go, like, at the end of last year, like, you know, in between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, but then,
That's-
like, my calendar filled up, and I just didn't have enough time
You
to make it
have people
worth
who need the
trying out
blues. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the idea of a retreat. Part of me thinks I'd love it, and part of me thinks I need the friction of, like, day-to-day life to be able to get things
Yeah,
done.
no, I need to just, like, sit down and just
do it.
Just get it all out. Because it's in here, it's rattling around. Like, I write bits and pieces. It's just a matter of, like, okay, spreading it all out on the floor and then doing, like, the crazy person, you know, yarn.
The yarn? It's
yarn
all about the
thing.
yarn, yes!
Yeah.
As soon as you started
do
doing
that-
the arm thing,
Yeah, yeah. And do that for each song.
would you mind playing a song?
I'm gonna play a song. This is
forward
a
to
song from my first album.
Do I know this song?
Maybe. I don't know. I played it while you were present, but I don't know if you fucking know it. I don't know if you're
So
paying
when
attention.
the other day...
Staying woke.
The other day... Yeah, sure.
What are my values?
Keep your head keep your head on a swivel.
Who is this character?
Watch out for these motherfuckers.
Hey, Scooty, break out
it's me.
Shut the Scooty, shut the fuck up. He's a fucking war criminal, man. We don't have to get it. We don't have time. We don't have time to get into Scooty. Stay tuned for the next VOM. Maybe VOM 200 Scooty shows up.
Oh no, don't Scooty on the vom. Which, by the way, sounds like a euphemism anyway.
It really
You wanna go
does.
Scooty on the vom? Oh
sounds-
shit.
It sounds like a search term.
It sounds like something on the dark web.
Sex.
Sex. They fucking
Sexual
kill me on that.
preferences.
Sex.
That guy is also very
Rolled.
fucking ripped. Yeah.
Rolled?
Rolled is ripped as shit. And
Rolled
he's like an actual dancer.
He could dance like a motherfucker.
Really
that
great. I'm just gonna bring you back onto the fucking
larger girl who was dancing
Oh man, she
on
was
that.
great. Yeah.
She had like power. Like
Yeah.
she was like, I'm like, oh, and
every woman they bring on the goddamn show is beautiful. It's not.
Bonnie.
It's
Bonnie McMurray.
It's like beyond CW level. Shoresy's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really like they have these moments where they're just like music's playing and they're
slow
like
motion
and they're just
walking.
like moving through space and I'm like
Right.
the fucking the sis Katie
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
and Bonnie of
Yep.
course
Yep.
and fucking and the cousin not the bartender although
And Mrs. McMurray.
Mrs. McMurray.
Yeah. And fucking Tanis. Yeah.
Tanis is like joking. Okay. Yeah.
Tanis, that and she's so good. She's great and she's great in Res Dogs and she's
I just love. Oh, before you get off of the letter Kenny, just her thing of like she's still totally there for Wayne. Like tell Boo I said hi.
yeah. It's great.
I love that. Just that little bit. Like yeah, best you ever had. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
When you know, you know.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. That they couldn't date, but they're like, you know,
I like the bro dude Indian energy, the energy drink arc.
Oh my God,
I love
NRG.
all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NDN.
Indian
NRG.
energy. I think about that shit all the time. Yeah, it's great.
Oh.
That show is so wholesome and so.
And then there's like
disgusting.
background jokes, like there's shit, like there's like a bro dude and vodka poster up on the wall.
Yeah. The
Oh.
fact that Modine's is now Modi.
Threes, yeah,
Ames.
Mo threes. It keeps burning down.
It's
Like, I
very
wish we had a
funny.
bar in town. I miss Modine's, and they're like sitting at the Lithuanian Hall or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So good,
Oh, man.
so good. Play me a song.
Oh my god, I keep trying to, and you keep.
I'm
fucking-
really entertaining. It's a problem.
It is a problem. All right. I'm definitely gonna fuck this up. Skies are black and gray. I walk the track you lay. Tie myself down to the rails. It's almost over now. Time to drink it down. In the end, the truth prevails. Don't look down, 'cause you won't like what you see. Don't look now, 'cause you might see the real me. I'm the liar, thief, I'll defy all you believe. And I'm too scared of what the truth will bring. Yeah, I'm the liar, I'm the thief, the monster of your dreams. And are you scared of what the truth will bring? Keep slowing down all the time. And I'd creep in the night, whisper it's all alright. Everything will be fine. And I know what they say about the price you pay for the things you can find. Don't look down now, 'cause you won't like what you see. Don't look now, 'cause you might see the real me. I'm the liar, the thief, I'll defy all you believe. And I'm too scared of what the truth will bring. I'm the liar, the thief, the monster of your dreams. And are you scared? Yeah, trying to protect you only cause more harm. Guess it's time I let you take the path you want. Things will never be the same, and I'm the one to blame. Oh yes, I guess it's best you run away. See, imagine that all night in the hospital. 'Cause I'm a liar, the thief, I'll defy all you believe. And I'm too scared of what the truth will bring. I'm the liar, the thief, the monster of your dreams. And are you scared of what the truth will bring?
I don't think I know that song.
Oh. Yeah. That would have been if I did singles, that would have been one from the first album.
Okay.
But I don't.
I like that.
Thank you.
Oh, and Merrily We Roll Along was from '81, and I'm pretty sure it was a bomb when it came out.
Yeah, I had never heard of it until I saw this video with Groff and Radcliffe and the lady who's very talented. I just don't know her name. She's got some Latinx name.
Yeah. I was aware of it. Yeah, Gruff. Lindsay Mendez.
Yes. Latinx.
I just happened to be looking it up. It's one of, let's see, first transition over, like it was. I'm looking through this. It's got, there's fucking, even a Sondheim show I don't know or I've seen that I don't like, it'll have one or two songs that just reading the title and having the tune go through my head, I'll start to choke up. Like his ability to do that. It's got Not a Day Goes By, which is a gorgeous song. And it's got Good Thing Going. If you just check out like there's a bunch
neither
of
of those are the songs that is the song that hold on, I'll look up the one. I'm sorry.
it was probably Opening Doors. That
No,
would
it
be
wasn't.
my guess.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
It's one with the three of them. I'm just going to my history because I've watched it recently because I love it.
Okay.
And apparently Supergirl
was
has
it-
been cast.
It's a hit.
No.
Okay, then I'll stop asking. But he did that with his shows. Rest in Not Piss. He was apparently a good man with a horrible, hateful mother.
What? An artist? That doesn't
Have you-
sound right.
have you not heard
fucking
about-
Sweeney Todd? I was just listening to Sweeney Todd too. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Pretty Women.
I don't love everything in that show, but man, there's
Pretty Women. Sir, Pretty Women. Have you heard the Josh Groban version?
I don't love him. I just
Yeah,
don't.
I loved him in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Crazy
Crazy
Ex-Girlfriend.
Ex-Girlfriend. I don't love him. No, the stories about Sondheim, just what his mother was and the horrible monster that she was. Oscar Hammerstein's the one who really saved him. Kind of became a surrogate second father because his father couldn't really be arsed. He's a
Old
fascinating
Friends.
guy. If you make it, that's a good one too. If you make it back to Max at some point, there's a thing
I will.
called Six. There's a thing called Six by Sondheim. That's about like it's kind of a biographical sketch thing through 6 of his songs, and it's worth your time. If you don't make it to Max, I think it's on YouTube.
But like for rent?
No,
Oh, just like they
just
fucking put it
every
up.
once in a while somebody goes, "Fuck it, here it is." Like there's some great versions of Company on YouTube. The Kennedy Center one with Neil Patrick Harris is on there, and Esparza, his version of it too, which is odd.
Raul Esparza?
Raul Esparza, who's fucking brilliant in it. But he, do you know Pat Klink in Baltimore? He's a
No, it
member
just
of
sounds like you're making up something.
We're About Nine. No.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one of the members of that. There were 3 people. 2 of them went and got married and moved to Florida. Pat was the 3rd one. Pat's the one I know. I don't really know the other folks involved, but he and I have corresponded about. Yeah, it makes it sound like we're writing letters to each other. It was on social media, but we were just like chit chatting.
That's what I said about the
Yeah.
owner of the Purple Fiddle earlier. So
Exactly. But he and I were going back and forth about that stuff. But there are a couple of great versions of Company. Also a flawed show. I think all of his shows are flawed. But it has some beautiful...
not as flawed as Weber's shows.
No. Although I love Superstar. Deep in my
I still haven't
heart.
seen it, and I've heard only good things.
It's so great. And it is one of the few actual rock musicals. Like, the guitars are fucking killing it in that one. Like, just amazing guitar, like, music. And then, like, orchestra swells. And, like, there's an alternative history wherein Weber and Rice kept on that track of like their first 3 shows together.
And he didn't cheat on him with Elton John?
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Although,
Because
let's
didn't
see-
he, like, stop working with Weber and start working with Elton John,
Yeah.
and then they did the Lion King together?
Yeah. The weird thing about, like, Sondheim, he's like 24 or 25 when he, writes the lyrics for West Side Story.
It's incredible. I mean,
He's
the
so...
dude, Stephen Sondheim and Leonard Bernstein.
I know. That's the thing. Like, watching that
Fucking
is the only time...
incredible.
And I'm like, Sondheim changed musical theater, but Leonard Bernstein wrote new classical music. That you can't believe it was written by a human. Like,
Look,
some
man,
of the music in that.
So I went to
is
school for
just-
music, all right?
Yeah.
So, like, the little college that I did, I was a music major for most of that.
Is that nice? It sounds nice.
It helped. It definitely helped. Like,
would
I'm a
imagine.
better musician and a better writer, like, just musically for that. The suffering and the self-loathing makes me a better, like, writer with
Sure.
words, right? But like actual form and understanding how music flows and stuff, yeah, that really helps.
And not
But-
having to reinvent the wheel like the idiots who didn't go and do that, yeah.
Right, but I mean, but like you learn as you go. It's just a longer. It's like I have a lantern and you're feeling around in the dark. Eventually, we'll both get a lay of the land. It just helps me to know because I understand the stupid math speak. But then, like, my dad is learning marimba and stuff, and so
So you
he's like
mentioned-
learning theory, and he's very mired in it, and so he'll talk about like a progression of a song, like it goes from the 7 to the 5 to the flat 7/5, and I'm like, I don't remember that. I sponged up what I needed, and I used that, and outside of that, I couldn't give less of a fuck about music theory. Anyway, we would take music history stuff, and musicology was one of the classes that I took. I was just like, okay, dude, all right, that's nothing. That's a Prince album, and he made up that word. Apparently, it's a real thing. It doesn't matter. But so we'd go from like, pre-Bach stuff, the little bit of that was relevant.
Bach.
And
Bach.
then we get to Batch. Babi
PDQ
Yaga.
batch?
Yep, we get to Baba Yaga, and then and then he
Yaga.
basically like is the forerunner of like modern music, essentially, because like what all modern music is basically just derivative of classical music. And then like
It depends on
and
the
then
kind. I mean,
and
it
then
kind
the
of
blues,
comes from
and then the blues.
vaudeville, but there's also like vaudeville and English music hall and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but all of that, all of popular music, it all comes from the place, and and so Bach was kind of one of the people who fucking did that. Then we get into Mozart and Beethoven, and how they were just like the big swinging dicks that like
Well, Mozart was the touched by God one.
Mozart died at 35 and
Yeah.
put out like 700 pieces of
The
music.
thing that always hurt my brain with him, and I wish a music teacher hadn't told me this, because they're like, the thing is, Beethoven, there's like things crossed out, stuff written in the margin, and shit all kind like this, and Mozart, it's all perfect.
Yeah.
It just came right out of
But
his
he was
head.
like a prodigy. He was like
and that's the worst thing you could ever tell a young musician.
Yeah. So
'Cause
don't
that's
try.
what you think. Yeah,
don't worry
don't
about
do
it.
that. Don't be like that.
Because don't compare yourself to him. Because you're not going to do that.
You can't. Because
you physically
because there was-
can't.
there
Because
was
by the
one.
time that you're now that you're able to understand what I'm saying to you and contextualize it, you're already too late. It's like Anakin
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
being a Jedi. He was done.
He was too
He
old,
was
yeah.
done. Cooked. You cooked, Mike.
Yeah.
You bloody cooked.
You cooked.
Anyway, so we'd go through that. Then we'd get to like Handel and Haydn and all the the people who like
I
fuck
liked
around
Handel
with.
when I was younger, and I remember a music teacher being very dismissive. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
look, man, music snobs. That's one of the other things that I couldn't
I
get
hate
into.
that.
It's
I hate
fucking-
that so
it's-
hard. We talked about that off air.
Yeah, A Louder Milk is about a music critic, and and it is one of the shows that I like, where the style of show where like the main character is obviously an asshole, and they do no favors to him.
Oh yeah, that was like Aya Cash in that movie I sent you that you didn't watch. That was very. She is so good.
She's good
at
and stuff.
at being, but she's especially good at
She's
being
tiny.
a spiraling drunk. Like she is a really
she
good
had
spiral.
she had
drunk.
5 seasons of it to practice on You're the Worst.
That is very true. What a good show. I don't know how I feel about the ending, but it's almost like
Anyway, Leonard Bernstein is the last person that they mention as like one of those prolific genre-defining
damn it,
composer,
as wonderful as
and
Sondheim was, it's like
conductor.
you can't.
No,
What are you
Leonard
gonna do?
Bernstein, and he is the last like great conductor composer who also like fucked with musicals and shit. You know what I mean? Like Mozart started that, where like opera was just a dismissed art form. It's like, no, write a
Fucking-
symphony. And then Mozart was like, why are you? They were like, why are you fucking around with operas and shit? And then opera becomes the thing for the high
What was his
society
magic
people.
flute?
Yeah, magic flute. Yeah.
Fucking something I really love about opera compared to other forms is that it has no next step. It's not like, yeah, you can go back to like, you can for popular music, you can go back to Stephen Foster, or you can go back to this, or you can go or operetta if you want to go back even further.
Right. Yeah.
But opera is just this fucking thing.
It is a monolith.
Yeah,
People
it
always
is
talking about like,
Yeah.
oh, this is not a monolith. That opera is a monolith. It's just that.
It is there. I did get to see Placido Domingo in a Mozart one, but it was a later one that I can't remember the name of, and it was right before he stopped singing tenor, but it was still pretty fucking amazing. Kennedy Center, I want to say. Oh my God. But yeah, what I love about opera is it has nothing to do with anything else. It doesn't have anything to do with the popular music you understand. It has nothing to do with anything except kind of classical music, but not really, because it's vocal based as opposed to instrumentally based.
It's
and
like
you
if
have to,
every movie was Endgame,
yeah,
but there
It
was
just-
no 23 movies leading up to it. It's
We
just like,
used
you
to-
either understand what we're doing here,
you're either
or-
on for the ride or you're fucking
or
not.
fuck off. Yeah.
You know what doesn't work for me?
Well,
Opera in English.
nope.
It's so fucking weird.
I'll
'Cause
take
I
it in
don't know-
German.
I don't French.
I'll take it in French.
I'll take it in French. Italian though. The
I mean,
fucking
that's it though. It's
Yeah,
such a
yeah.
sing-songy,
yeah.
I
remember there was one-
appropriation.
I want to say it's called Peter Grimes.
Shut.
The
I'm
fuck
sorry
up.
if I start.
No, I
doing
get
an
it. I get
Italian
it. Start
thing.
kicking.
Scooty.
Do what you have to do. I know. But there's
He's
one
a bad
called
dude.
There's one called Peter Grimes, and it goes Peter Grimes. I'm like, fuck! It's in English. Quit it. I don't want to understand. I want to wash
that's
over
part of the
me.
majesty. It's
I
like,
want Nessun Dorma. I don't know what it means. And
Right.
Joylene translated it for me, and it's so fucking... Have you ever heard... Well, I'm sure you've heard. But, like, Pavarotti doing Nessun Dorma. It just rips you in half. You just froze for a second. Oh, you're back now. You were back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but
Have you ever? I heard Pavarotti, and then you.
Pavarotti doing Nessun Dorma. And then you went away again. We might be done. As the clock ticks down to 2:39, we'd just like to thank you.
Oh no. Are you there?
Yeah, I am. I've been here the whole time.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You disappeared.
Nope, it was me the whole time.
Nope. And if all
Nessun
of the
Dorma
nobody
sung
out there,
by Pavarotti.
yeah, no, I don't know what that is.
Oh, if you have an appreciation of opera, which
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like you do,
Yeah.
it's a shame you haven't heard it, and I urge you to listen to it. And I dare say that after you hear it, after you are struck by it, you will be deeply bitter for all the years in your life that you didn't know it.
How is it spelled?
Nessun Dorma.
Thanks.
Oh man, no, I'm looking it up. I know.
It's spelled like it sounds, dipshit. Fuck you.
Nessun,
Oh, see, yeah.
and then second name. Actually, it pretty much is. Second name is second word.
Oh,
is
yeah, I
Dorma.
got it. Should I look
it's
up the Aretha Franklin one?
No. No, you should not.
Oh, okay.
And it's Puccini. It's from Turandot, which is a beautiful show that anybody else singing it sounds off. But yeah, all that three tenor stuff, I went I'm like, oh, this is fun. Like it's really
yeah. And then they did Pavarotti was also mentioned in that musicology thing as just like,
yeah.
they went down like, vocalists and cellists.
I'm sure there are people who don't care for him because he dared to have like a personality and like charisma off the charts. Like he's the one who got non-opera people
Yeah.
to listen
I know
to something. Yeah.
I mean, like, the fact that if you say Pavarotti, 50% chance somebody knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
At least.
And there's a reason. He was fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's great.
Like it's one of those things. It's kind of like McDonald's, but not McDonald's. It's like, why does everybody know? Oh, okay. There's a reason.
Right. It's like McDonald's if McDonald's was In and Out.
Yeah. It's like, I've heard such good things about it.
It's very good.
It's
very
like
good.
Del Taco. I got to go to Del Taco once when I was in Las Vegas, like 35 years ago, and I still remember how fucking good it was.
Don't ever go to Jack in the Box.
I went to Jack in the Box as a kid.
Yeah.
It was
That's
fun.
the time to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's fine.
fine. But
It's
like
fine.
anywhere that sells hamburgers and tacos, here's your sign. I mean, come on.
Very nice. But no, there's some wonderful shit. We used to, in our pre-children days, on Sundays, we used to put on Live at the Met, where they'd have like an opera on, but they'd also explain what was happening on the radio. It's like 3-4 hour like NPR show, and clean our house. This is pre-children days. But and
That sounds
I'm not
very nice.
It really was. And I can't say I'm like I can't say I know opera well because I don't. But man, oh man, when you're in the right headspace for it, Jesus, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, just check that out. Try to find like a live recording from the 70s of Pavarotti doing Nessun Dorma and turn it up as loud as you're comfortable. It's just beautiful and it builds and it's like, am I overselling it? I don't think so. But
I found
that's
a 1994 one.
Nah, go back. Back further.
Okay.
Go back further. There's a couple of great documentaries on him too, because he really did like bring opera to
The masses.
Well, yeah.
The sullied masses.
the people who thought it wasn't for them.
79, is that good?
Yeah.
Man, how does he look so good like 30 years after that? He looks the same. Oh, well, he's dyeing his fucking beard. I
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
that.
But he was fucking gorgeous when he was young. There's like stuff in his documentary, and he's this big strapping guy. Before he got heavy, he's this big strapping guy with that voice. Although Placido Domingo had a lot of great stuff too, and he was actually, I want to say he was the creative director for a while at place in DC,
Kennedy Center.
Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
And we did get to see him, and that was pretty great. Hearing those sounds come out of somebody who can make those sounds in front of you is completely unlike any other, option. There really is something about it. I actually prefer opera recorded and listened to or watched because I find it overwhelming in person, and like I need a little bit of distance because it's so alien to everything else that I understand to be music.
I see. So maybe you go on a mountain retreat and you listen to a bunch of opera.
Or just like listen to it in the car.
No, I need to go to the mountains.
Okay, you do that. But I'll be very curious to see what you think of that, but I think we should probably shut it down because it's almost 1 a.m.
Shut it down.
Shut it down!
All right. Well, this is good. This is an Infinity War plus. So I'm
Feel
fine.
better?
We're not. I love it. And like I'm the one that has to get up early tomorrow. So
Yeah, this was good. I'm glad we did it. I'm sorry we
Okay.
couldn't do it last time.
played some songs. We had
Mm-hmm.
a viewer that like showed up on purpose and wasn't just
I wish I had connected the name because I really enjoyed hearing her
Yeah, I'm gonna try to coax her to come on.
Yeah.
To come on, but she tends
I
to.
hope you do. I'm just
not
terrible.
go to sleep. You know, she tends to. I'm sorry. She tends to go to sleep.
That's a good idea. Sleep
Yeah.
is a good idea. If you're capable of it, do it.
Get it in, baby.
I've slept. I managed about 7-ish hours, and that was cast over 3 different
Embarrassment of
periods.
riches.
But this is over 3 different periods of the day.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten 7 unbroken hours of sleep. Maybe sometime like over the holiday when I just like fucking ate so much. But like, I don't think I've gotten 7 unbroken hours of sleep since I had COVID in January 2020.
I don't think I've gotten it since my first child was born in 2009.
Oh, well, that's just
So.
That's just you did that to yourself.
Well, your brain changes after that.
Yeah.
Because it turns out a part of you is existing outside of you.
Right.
So
You
never
forfeit some
actually-
of your soul, and so
Oh,
you have to
absolutely.
keep watch over it.
Yeah.
Also, legally, you have to make sure they don't die for.
Yeah, they
18
won't.
Years.
You're on the fucking grid, man.
Yeah,
You gotta.
yeah, that's true. You can't have a van life with a kid.
No.
That's just not how it goes.
No, you surely cannot.
Oh man.
Like you don't realize it as complicated as everything seems. You don't realize how simple things were until
until you're responsible for another life.
when you're responsible for another person.
Yeah.
The
Keeping
most
them alive, like just the legal ramifications.
but as they're getting older,
And then if you like them, that sucks even
Yeah.
more.
so bad. But when you're like, and they're constantly changing, and you're not. As you get older, you get more stuck, and
Right.
they keep changing. And I'm like, don't you want to watch this cartoon? It's like I haven't liked that for 3 years. Like, oh right, you're changing. Yeah.
And I'm
It's like
holding on to this memory of you.
It's a constant
being a
readjustment.
tiny little thing.
And if you do it
that's
just
amazed
so,
by everything I do.
and you do it just so, they're constantly changing, and you are continually, unendingly getting your heart broken by losing that version of that person. It's the worst. It's not my line, but every time somebody says they're going to have a kid, or they have their kid, I say, welcome to the best worst thing.
Yeah. Well, on that oddly sincere note, let's do a fart joke and then end it. There we go. And you know what I always say. Hold on, where is it? Oh man, it's my favorite one. God damn it. Oh, there it is. Where'd it go?
Is this helping at all? I used to do farts all over, and now I do them again.
Into the woods, into the woods.
Into the woods.
Silhouetting,
I don't love that show.
dancing.
I don't love that show.
Pretty women. There are like 3 good songs in it. Yeah. Okay. Good night, all the nobody. Bye.